gotta leave it to the professionals.
Blessed by Gandhi, blah, blah, blah.
Started off with a bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
Surfing on the web and I'm shooting at 3. I've been golden when I got my G. I'm an alien boy from a different planet, yeah. So I got my drink, I'm riding in the 1920s Model T Ford. Call her Era Lord. Call me Levi, playing on the keys, boy. And I'm about to put my gloves on. If I said it, then I meant that. Yeah, I like that one, I'm about to get that. Crash that whip for the drumsticks, whiplash. I'm about to get them all. Are you with that? In a white boat, surrounded by blue. I want one, but I got a cop too. I wanna fly high in the sky, arms out wide, trying to soar from a bird's eye view. I'm on fire, Ricky, Bobby, cracking the pavement, Whitney, Bobby. I'm a Saki bomb, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Bruce Wayne been a dog, and I keep it 101, cause I'm feeling kinda spotty. You sipping on some rock, and I'm sipping on octane. The only thing around my neck is the
Started off with a
blockchain.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
NFT, Twitter, blockchain. Seeing with the ghosts and we ballin' like the Brown James. Crypto. We can make a trade, get the memo. Reviews not falling for the FOMO. Listening to coffee with Captain. You know we worldwide, they local. I ain't never gonna stop rapping. Orlando, yeah, we working magic. We rocking Ethereum entities. I just went and caught me a half base. Man, I gotta shout out
Started
the
off with a
board.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
Breaking the mood to choose one, but they got knowledge to move, son. I'm shocking in shades with my brother in shoes. Yeah, them blues is coming. Even though it's hard to pick, eeny, mighty, mo, soda on the mix, no biting lips, it's time to go. Index number 1, no thumbs up, you gotta scroll. Looking at the ghost in studio, it's time to go. Had a helmet on by myself until I met a mask that wanted to have a face off. So had to bring my chainsaw, full tank of gas in the ride with my brakes off. I'm A1, but a different kind of steak sauce.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin, where we dive into all things crypto, NFTs, Web3, and cutting-edge technology. Remember, nothing here is financial advice. Early-stage tech can be exceptionally volatile and risky. So grab your coffee and join Cap and Steve for today's conversation.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain GM. Thanks so much for joining us for show 1000. We appreciate y'all being here. If you haven't already done so, Drew's favorite drops a GM in the chat down below. Then head up top, smash that like, repost, and bookmark on the day's space. We would greatly appreciate it. It does warm up the algo and does us a real solid. You also find linked up top the link to Abstract Chat. We're on Steve's Abstract today. Although if you're sending those 1,000 Pingu tips today, Von Frunten, you're setting precedent for 1,001 Pingu to be tipped to me tomorrow. I appreciate it. I'm kidding. But record-breaking days all around today, including the Abstract Tip Wars. Ron Front, you're a legend, as are all of our supporters. It's been a overwhelmingly positive, I'd say, last 24 hours of just kind words and support, and we are certainly grateful to be here. As always, I'm Cap, joined by my co-host Steve. Never any financial advice in the show. Crypto is risky, NFTs risky. Meme coins exception risk go to zero moments notice. Please don't put any money in. Can't afford to lose. No, Steve, not hold tokens. We'll talk about for the entire show, including Ape, one of our proud sponsors that we're excited to give away thousands of ApeCoin today, partially a result of our badge collecting challenge over there on Other Page. Speaking of our incredible sponsors, the Other Page team stepped up and is not only added a 3,000 Ape grand prize that Complete Set Collector is going to win, they're also adding. We're the first alpha this morning. I'm gonna share during the intro here. We've got another 1,000 Ape in addition to the 3,000 Ape from Open Page. This next 1,000 Ape is going to one of those collectors of the badge for show 1000. I was beating the drum. I tried to do my best to get all of you to collect that thing this week. You still can collect it, but you are too late for the $1,000 drawing today. However, we're going to keep having fun with these badges. So if you've missed any of those badges, The one that you can still claim is show 1000. Go to op.xyz/claim. It's just code 1000. Collect the badge for show 1000. And yes, once we get to show 10,000, we'll also do a callback for the badge 1000 collectors as well. I kid, but not really. And yeah, make sure you go out there. We got a lot of sponsors going to be talking about, a lot of partners stepped up. We've got a PS5 we're giving away today, like all kinds of crazy stuff. We knew we had several thousand ape we were going to be giving away. We're excited about that and overwhelmed positively with partners, both current and former partners, coming out of the woodwork to have some fun and help us show some appreciation for each and all of you, because we certainly wouldn't have made it to 1,000 shows without all of you. So thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all the love on the space, on the abstract chat, the YouTube chat, any and all the above. And yeah, excited to get into it today. I don't know. That's not my normal opening, not my normal intro. Normally I can hit the play button and I don't think about it. A little off my normal routine today. Steve, did I forget anything other than good morning, sir? How you doing?
GM, not your normal opening. You open that every 1,000 shows like that. So I think as long as you continue that trend for 2,000, 3,000, and so on, it'll be consistent. And that's what's important, because we're obviously consummate professionals who never mess things up or anything. As my internet felt like it was wonky for a second there, I'm like, I'm about to rug out on show 1,000.
I got it. No, my mind glitched a couple times during the opening song. I'm like, uh-oh, this isn't
maybe it's you.
What's that?
I said, because I was glitching for a second. Maybe it's you, though, which would be even better, because then we would have to open a new 1,000 space to do all our giveaways and everything. So,
I mean, it would be pretty fitting if we do Spaces 1,000 and run it back twice, because Spaces decides to run show 1,000. It is pretty incredible. We give this app and this tech a hard time sometimes. Dude, it's pretty insane that we've hosted. I know there's been maybe one day for sure, maybe a couple days where Spaces just went completely down and we kept the streak live. We ran a Discord show. But am I right in thinking like 998, 999 consecutive weekdays on X Spaces?
Right? Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, like one of us is going to run.
Where it didn't go down, right? Or a couple where it did.
We had a few where it went down. We've had some reopens. We've had some Discord stuff. Like less than 10 not on this. Plus we I don't know. Plus we've been able to. And by the way, like
we got Bell and Von Friend. I think we only did the one Discord show. I think we've done 999 consecutive weekdays on Spaces, with the one exception being Spaces just was completely down. I think other than that, I think every other show we've been live on X, which is, to think back when we started, like, I don't know, man, there was a world where Spaces didn't even continue on. Like they kill it off just like they killed, the NFT hexagon. Like we didn't start doing Spaces as soon as they went live on X, but it wasn't far after. Like they launched in 2021, right? Like we started hosting this show on X, and obviously we've expanded to video streaming. We're streaming on YouTube and Abstract and also on X. But Spaces actually became a thing in 2021, right?
Yeah, I remember I was an emo little bitch about it because I didn't get access to it initially, like Josh Ong and NFTs Anonymous and all these people were hosting. And I was like, I have, 12,000 followers and meet the requirements. Why have I not gotten Spaces? And was just like tweeting about it like an asshole before Elon had even the X. I was tweeting just at X and at X Spaces or whatever the handle was, and eventually got it. But yeah, we were pretty early to that. I mean, look, we'll have more on it.
We made the full. We never did a Clubhouse show. We went all in on Spaces early, semi-early, when Clubhouse was still a thing, and we decided this was the home of CT, and we were going to build our home here.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, like, I have a more about it, so we can talk a little bit more about show 1,000 on that one. I decided to do it on us this morning. Not us, but on the show. Yeah. It's we're not very self-grandizing people as much as we do. Like Cap and I are kind of like really
more self-deprecating than self-grandizing on this show, I think.
Yeah, I think we're bad at celebrating wins in general. Like we we accidentally got to show 500. I remember when that happened. And so I don't know. It's and by the way, let me know if I freeze, because like I'm getting some glitchy stuff in the opening, and I'm like, damn, is one of us on the internet messing around?
On my end. Internet's looking strong here, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, according to mine, I have a strong signal, so we shall see. But it would be kind of hilarious.
I had an open browser. I just closed it. We'll see. We'll do everything buttoned up here like we're professionals.
Yeah, I mean, it might end up being on me, but the nice part about it is because you've got the UTM streams going, or not UTM codes, but you have the codes going through. It should stay live on Abstract and X, even if I screw out. I should have restarted my computer. I definitely think I've got some issues going on my computer. But look, we're gonna draw some winners. Like, retweet, comment in the room. Cap mentioned show badge for show 1000. Look, we weren't kidding. We said we were gonna go all for full set collectors. There's going to be a full set collector that's going to win 3,000 ape today. There's going to be a full set collector that's going to win $500 courtesy of our friends at Polygon. There's going to be a full set collector that's going to win $500 courtesy of Awaken Tax. That does not include badge 1,000, by the way. That is just the people who collected. We drew those yesterday. We recorded it for the sake of anybody who wants to make sure everything was done on the level. We did a fun little chat GBT. Hey, draw us winners. Here's some specific instructions. So we got our first, second, and third place winner. We got we're gonna give away a 1K ape today to not $1,000 an ape, but 1K ape to one of the people with 1,000 badge 1,000. So if you want the chance to win $500, $600, whatever it is this morning, while you're sitting here, there's gonna be multiple ways to win. We're gonna pick someone with Death.fun. We're gonna pick people to win some Polygon merch. We're gonna pick someone. Oh, by the way, Flo gave us a PS5 to give away. So we're going to give away that at some point in the next 24 hours because they gave us some pretty cool instructions for that. So thousands of dollars in a PS5. What's that?
I do hope Payne wins the PS5. He said in the chat that it's actually reserved for him. Payne, you're eligible. We're not excluding you from this one. So I hope you win it, buddy. You got to take the action that we're going to ask for you here in a little bit. But if you take the action, you're definitely in the running. You're definitely not excluded. You deserve it.
Yeah. Everybody is eligible except me, Cap, and my wife. So we'll let everybody be eligible for that for sure. And yeah, man, I don't know, like, but for that show 1000, just again, Open Page is hooking it up, man. Open Page is sweetening the pot. We love the Open Page team. People have been loving our badges. Again, the code that you're going to want to go to is op.xyz, and then you're just going to type in the number 1000. That's it, number 1000, right? That's simple. Number 1000. The number 1000 is going to get you that badge. One of those badge collectors will, I think, draw today live on stream using their raffle mechanism, is going to win 1,000 ape. So they threw in 1,000 ape to sweeten the pot on top of the grand prize of 3,000 ape, on top of what our friends at ApeCo and all of the ApeCoin. ApeCoin is crushing it right now. Project Raid, all of our ApeCoin friends helping that first, second, third place prize. But again, we got prizes from Flo. We got prizes. We're going to do claw draws from Beezie in the chat as well. So we're going to do claw draws, Death.fun, giving away some money from that badge collecting. We're going to announce our winners, which we drew for the full set collectors, as well as people who collected any badge during that campaign. So people are going to have a chance to win everything. But like, retweet, comment on the room, get yourself in here, and appreciate all the kind words and all the congratulations on 1,000. Thank you, Von Frunten, as mentioned, for the tip. Really kind. Cap, we got a few things to get into this morning on the market.
One more thing to celebrate before you get into the other stuff. Badge 1,000, over 200 of those collectors now. Put us back in that top spot on Open Page. Very fitting. We celebrate our show 1,000 and all the incredible work that in support from Open Page with a back in the top spot for the OP community rank over there. You all deserve the top ranking. As much, if not more, than Steve and myself. So you're all legends. Greatly appreciate you all. And Steve said it many times, like, if you like this stuff, if you like these giveaways, we certainly can't and won't give away this much stuff every show. That's not feasible. But if you do like the prizes, if you do like the giveaways, if you do like the fun stuff, just support our sponsors. That's all we ask. There's a couple posts pinned up top that Steve has one that tagged them all. I did the same. If you're not already following them, I don't know, you're probably not actually an active Web3 participant, because they're all incredible organizations and brands that you should be supporting and should be paying attention to. But do us a favor, go up top and hit those follows on those brand pages if you're not already. And again, it'll be light lifts, but if we have any call to actions or any subscribe, actually, I do have one call to action to support our guy Payne. If you've not yet subscribed to our newsletter, let's do that for show 1000 for our guy Payne. Coffeewithcaptain.com. Just drop your newsletter. We only hit you with one a week, and it's just the reviews, or the basically the recaps for the shows of the week and the links to all if you missed any. maybe some fun stuff in there. We'll do some future giveaways as well. But that's it. Just very feeling pretty grateful this morning, Steve.
Yeah, I have a sneeze that I'm waiting to come out that I think is just going to get eaten by my nose. You know, when you get that tingly feeling. So we're working on that right now. So one of those is always a fun little moment. But I'm also looking for the Death.fun as well, like current sponsors. So we mentioned like, hey, supporting the sponsors is what helps. We had somebody win. We had our guy Diego win. $300+ on the show. I also get like we have all these giveaways. So to give a little behind the scenes on Coffee with the Captain, we had a discussion. What do we do for show 1000? Because like we're bad at celebrating this. And to us, it's like another day at work. So like we just show up and do the show. And then we're like, you know what? Like we could probably ask a couple of friends who we have regularly on the show. And like, we didn't even reach out to anyone crazy. We reached out to all the people who we regularly interface with. OpenPage, ApeCo, Beezie, Flow, Polygon, ENS, Awaken. Like some of the ones that have been sponsors, friends, supporters, even the show. Not like we didn't go just like, kind of like asking everybody for everything. And so like appreciate the people who came out for that. But Cap, as we were doing that and we were getting these numbers in, I'm like, I get why Mr. Beast likes this so much. It's like we just get to give away stuff.
It was this is a true story. I get up early. So it's like 5 a.m. the other day. It was actually 6 a.m. And I just take a shot. Awaken sponsored our daily market update back in April during tax season. We've had Duke on the show. We're fans. We use the software. We've gotten great feedback from the software. So I just asked, like, hey, zero obligations. We're doing show 1000. Reach out to some friends, some current and former partners. If there's anything, and I'm thinking like, yeah, he's going to give us maybe a sub would be cool, right? A subscription to the software. This is 6 a.m. my time. So it's 3 a.m. Duca's time. Almost instantly gets back and says, yeah, well, man, what else can we do? Like a couple subs would be cool, but can I juice up the pot a little bit? So added $500 on top of the subs. Like it's just above and beyond. And then again, it's at 3 a.m. for Duca's time. So maybe he has forgotten that. I don't know. I kid. We've confirmed since, but just from all angles, from all these partners, blown away by their generosity. And we were hoping to maybe give you guys a Awaken Tax subscription today. We got a couple of those to give away, as well as even more cash. Actually, this is going to be in Plasma, I believe. They're going to be launching, announcing their Plasma integration here soon, and I think we'll get some XPL for that. That 500 will be in the form of XPL. But go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
Yeah, it should be pretty fun. And XPL looks like it's bouncing a little bit, which is good. As soon as I got out of the trade, it started to move up. I will and I'll talk about that a little bit this morning. But yeah, give us a like, retweet, comment on the room. Gonna do a normal show for the most part. We're gonna talk about some of the people who were kind enough to give some prizes for the audience today, so we can have you. Because like, look, we talked about it, and some people were like, you gotta go blast from the past and reach out to the guests and get the people on throughout the years and And I'm like, I don't want it to turn into this like, like we're like trying to like make it about us as much as make it about the community, because the community is what grew things. And so like our decision point was like, let's just see if we can give away a bunch of stuff to the community for this show. Instead, bring back some old sponsors if they're willing to throw in some stuff into the pot. We had some popular ones. Like Beezie Claw Draw was a extremely popular segment. So we figured, let's go to Beezie. Like Polygon, extremely popular guest. Like people love when Nils co-hosted the show and comes on here. So it's like, we've had Rudo up before. So why not do that? Obviously Death.fun, we're doing that right now, which, speaking of which, again, we say we sometimes ask for actions. Look, if you like these giveaways, if you like these sponsors, if you like us continuing to do this stuff, because our goal is we're continually trying to roll as many of these as possible, where we generally take, I shouldn't even say this out loud to the sponsor, but we generally take less money than we would take on a normal sponsorship and roll what we would be making from a normal sponsorship, from awareness and sort of refs and stuff, into money that goes into your pocket, because we think that that's cool to do. It's really fun. So I put up top our Death.fun link. It's pinned to the top of the space. So basically, if you go to that link that we have up top, there's a picture that you can click on from my profile. I put a Death.fun graphic. You click on that picture, that gets you the ref link. If you spend at least $20 as my ref link, and by spend, I mean play, because, we saw everybody who's played Death.fun so far has left with money and made money. So again, that's not on our show, I should say, not on Death.fun, right? I mean, it is an app there where you can win or lose money. But if you go on Death.fun, you click on the top there, $20 gameplay, you're entered to win $1,000. They threw it into the pot. It's awesome. So we'll continue to run those today. But Cap, you mentioned Plasma. And I do want to talk a little bit about what's going on with Plasma now, because the reason I'm sharing this is I want to share a post I put out yesterday because I've been sharing all of my DeFi learnings, everything that I've been kind of figuring out as I've been going along. And it's been a relatively successful trip. And I had a moment that happened recently that I want to make sure I shared. It didn't really get that much play on my timeline, so I want to put it up here and talk about it today, which is I got washed on a trade doing DeFi.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Oh, no, it's honestly like, here's the funny part. I've had people being like, oh my God, how do you feel about this? And I know the other day you're like, oh, are you like attributing that? And that's why you're in a bad mood. Like, no, I was in a bad mood because I was eating and drinking poorly over the weekend, I think. But like, I don't look at these things. I'll talk about what happened in a second, but I don't look at these things and say, oh my God, woe is me. We talk about don't put in the middle what you can't afford to lose. We talk about understanding the risks. I understand the risks when I'm going on. So I put this post up. I said, we share the wins, we share the learnings. I've been cooking on DeFi, but chasing a high yield liquidity pool on Project X, I got absolutely washed. Multiple times, my hype plasma pool went 100% XPL, that's plasma. And by the end of it, I was down roughly 30% on fees earned by a lot. Now, what that means, I've explained liquidity pools before, but for people who are learning DeFi, because sometimes our audience is a little bit more NFT conscious, when you put a liquidity pool in, let's say you put in a SOL and USDT liquidity pool or USDC liquidity pool. As the price of SOL goes up, you are the one selling them your SOL. So if SOL goes up, you end up with more USDC because someone's handing you the USDC, they're getting your SOL. When SOL goes down, it's vice versa. You end up with more SOL, they're handing you your USDC. That's how liquidity pools slide in general. Oversimplifying.
So the perfect example to use for this. I'm not sure if you caught that, but you're like, you're handing them your SOL, as in like, here's my SOL. Like, you win.
Oh yeah, I handed my SOL to XPL for sure. So that's the way liquidity pools work. And what they're doing is you're putting money into a giant pot of money with everybody else, a pool, and then they're sending that to exchanges and they're sharing some of the fees with you. You get to be part of this system. Great way for the world to work. And for me, it was like crypto was going up. I'm making money and I'm collecting fees. It's awesome. It works really well. One of my strategies here is I put money in where I don't care if I hold either asset. So if I have hype and ETH, if I end up with more hype or more ETH, cool. I think both assets eventually go up. I like both assets. That's fine with me. Another thing I do is there's a concept called impermanent loss. And that concept is if you're liquidity pooling and it slides all the way into ETH, man, if I just held that hype spot, I would have made more money. But the fees make up for that. And I do things like yield strategies. I have that money staking. I have that money in vaults. So I have this complicated strategies to make sure things are working well. Anyway, long story short, I ended up down 30% because it was sliding from hype into plasma so quickly. And at one point it happened, I believe, overnight. And I woke up in the morning and plasma had dipped a ton. So I ended up down 30% on my money. It hurt. What's the lesson? There are a few, but here's the big one. I left my strategy at the door. Previously, I'd been LPing assets I don't mind holding, pairs like ApeCoin, Hyperliquid, ETH, and Solana. See what I did there? Project X, Project Raid. And I have those staking in vaults to help in permanent loss. Conversely, I have no long-term strategy on plasma. I have no vault staking strategy. I didn't intend to hold it beyond the LP, and it was simply looking for APR if I was on fees. And when the LP cleared, I chased it again and again. Don't do that. I'm always aware of the risk, but point is, I'm glad I learned it. And I think a lot of people were looking at it and they're like, again, I had people like who were kind of commenting or sending me DMs like, oh man, like, sorry. It's like, look, it sucks. I'm not happy I lost that money. I'm not happy that didn't go well. But what I am happy about is the fact that I learned a valuable lesson in LPing that I won't make a mistake I won't make again. So we talked about it yesterday, stepped away from the vehicle, took a beat. I put the money into hype, so I was feeling good about it. I took a deep breath. And now I'm kind of going from there. So it's one of those things where it's like, I want to make sure I share because I've shared DeFi. We've shared like different things. And I think it's easy to see in DeFi when you're looking at these, oh my God, you're getting 1,000% APR. That's great. But at one point I made $100 in fees and I lost $150 from XPL. It's a $50 net loss and so on and so forth. But I ended up down about 30% of my money. So just be careful when you're doing these things. I share my learnings as I go. And that's why I always say I'm new to these things. But the only reason I want to open by sharing that is that I think it's relevant to share when things go poorly. And I think too many people, thank you for the tip, Tort. I think too many people share when things go absolutely well and they don't share when things go not well. And at least to me, it's one I want to make sure I got because it didn't get a lot of run. It kind of got nerfed a little bit. And I just think it's important to be like, look, sometimes things go well, sometimes they don't. But the important thing is to learn and kind of roll with the punches. So I don't know, Cap, just a thought as we watch Plasma kind of rip backwards.
I say it's got to be back because during our meeting yesterday, I had the LP open, was sliding heavy plasma, and I just checked this morning and it's back 55% hype. So either hype's down or plasma's up. I haven't checked.
Plasma's up about I'd say 10 to 20% or something like that. So again, like I probably would have made up some of my losses if I kept it spot and plasma, but I didn't because I am a bad trader. It's why I don't play the perps. But you know, it's part of life, and I don't. It's not that I'm like happy to lose money, but I'm happy to learn, and I take my losses. I said it at VCon years ago, and you loved it when I said like the L doesn't stand for losses, it stands for learnings. And it sounds corny, it sounds cheesy, but like if you look at everything as a part of your game and you look at it as an opportunity to learn, there are very few situations where you can't learn or look on the bright side of things, where you can't say what is the best thing here. And I will say, and then I'll kind of get off my rant on this one. One of my learnings in the past few years is that I was watching, was it Naval? I don't remember who I was watching, but I think it was Naval Ravikant, who's like on, whether it was like Rogan or Chris Williamson. He used to be a cynic, and he's like, now I'm like disgusting to the point where people don't want to be around me because of my positivity. They're like, what changed? And he's like, I actually actively did work to look at the bright side of everything, because almost everything outside of some really tragic stuff, there's a bright side you can look at. And I found myself starting to do this, and you train your brain. Like one time my dog, and this will probably strike a nerve with you, and I don't know if I shared this with you, but like my dog, him and I take out the garbage together. He's super behaved. Out of nowhere, he broke and ran. And he never runs because he saw another dog across the street. Doesn't do that. It was dark. It was nighttime. I ran over. I grabbed him. He normally listens to me. And the other person's dog, at first they were scared he was coming for a second, but I know these people, and then they realized it was probably good. The dogs had never met, but their dog is older, has had surgery, so they were worried about their dog getting hurt. They're and I was holding him. My wife had gone inside, and she was kind of casually walking down the driveway to bring me his harness again, and I was like, kind of hurry up. And at first I was mad. I was like, oh my God, why was my wife walking with the harness? I can't believe he ran across the street. I'm embarrassed. He could have been hit by a car, all these things. And then I looked at the bright side and was like, well, he didn't, and he's here. And my wife was there to see me. So I wasn't just bringing him inside or trying to carry a 90-pound Labrador inside by myself. And I was able to harness him. And the neighbors were okay with it. And I started looking at the bright side of like, how grateful am I that I got through that situation and got that learning to be like, all right, got to be a little more careful outside because he is still a dog. And as much as he listens and he's smart and all those things. And like, it's a minor example, but it went from this thing where I felt incredibly guilty, incredibly upset, to incredibly positive. And I say that to say, I lost 30% on an investment the other day because I was being less than smart and doubling down on a strategy, almost like when someone's playing blackjack and tries to make it all back by, I'll LP this again, I'll LP this again. But the bright side of it is I learned, I understood, I knew what I did. I still have liquid to play with. I'm okay. I did my swaps in OpenSea. I earned Hyperliquid points, Project X points. So I go. And it's just one of those learnings I've had recently where it's like, if I found myself doing that, Dawn, my wife, has recently noticed that like without trying, something will happen. I'm like, yeah, but, and I'll say the bright side of things. And I'm like, it just happened naturally. Makes the world a better place because the world isn't good or bad inherently. It just is. And so figuring out the way you approach it matters. So little moment of zen this morning, but one of those things where people were hitting me on the liquidity pool yesterday. And I'm like, look, things are going to be okay.
It's also a lot more fun. Life's just more enjoyable. I am a optimist, and not only do I do my best to live life as you just described, like people who are the opposite of me, and I appreciate other opinions and different perspectives. Really thinking about where I take this one. I think you probably know what I'm talking about based on a text I sent this morning. I'm not even exaggerating. I've removed people from my life who are the opposite of that. The people who just find what's wrong in everything and are negative individuals and are constant critics. And it's okay to provide feedback and be constructive, but if everything in life is like, oh, woe is me and this sucks, and like it's such a drain on energy. It's toxic, and I don't want to be around it. And yeah, it's just truly how I live my life and who I surround myself with.
Yeah, same. It's like, it's funny because like I am generally an incurable optimist about things, but like I'm just overboard now on this sucker because I just like I went and took everything and started turning it, and it makes life more enjoyable. To your point, it makes your takes it easier. I think I mentioned this. Like, I remember my dreams more now. I sleep better. Like, literally, it was a fundamental mental change that I made, which makes it better. So yeah. So it's just a thing where it's like one of those learnings, and like negative people, you know, they have a problem for every solution, and it's just trying to figure out ways to make sure that you are keeping surrounding yourself with the right things. But Cap, I think in a second here, let's get in the daily market update. Just a reminder on a couple of things. Like, retweet, comment on the room. We'll do daily market update. We're going to do more, We're going to give away some ENS, some cash courtesy of ENS. We're going to give away some open page cash. We're going to announce our first, second, and third winner. We're going to do some claw draws. We're going to give away some flow cash. We're going to give away some boxes. We're going to give away a PS5. We're going to give away some merch from Polygon. All the things. So, yes, you know what? Dort's going to be one of our claw draws this morning just because of the claw and order comment. So we'll definitely get Dort in here as one of our claw draws. I'll need to write it down. But, just a reminder, op.xyz, our friends at Open Page, we're giving away 1,000 ape courtesy of our friends at Open Page who have helped us throughout this thing, given us the white glove treatment, helped us get onboarded, helped us get to that #1 spot over on Open Page. So go to op.xyz and just type in the /claim, op.xyz/claim, and type in the number 1,000. That gets you 1,000 ape and or entered to win 1,000 ape for our badges. That's going to get you that 1,000th badge. But Cap, let's do this. Just to get us started on the market, let's go ahead and do the daily market update. You can show me the XPL bag that I dumped at the bottom as a bottom signal, and then we can continue to roll from there.
The daily market update straight to your brain. Powered by ApeCoin, no hype, just gains. Moving on 8 chain, we bringing the heat. NFTs, Feds Alpha, never miss a beat. 8 chain on top, now we bringing the flex. The home of NFTs, these now what's next.
Come on, my head top, but you want the time to chop for one time.
It is time for the daily market update powered by ApeCoin, the home of NFTs, the home of Project Raid, which is bringing ApeCoin everywhere. Hyperliquid, it's bringing it over to Solana, and it's got more bullets in the chamber ready to go. We appreciate our friends over there at ApeCoin who continue to help us find ways to hyper financialize the coin. It's also the home of NFTs. ApeChain has it all, bringing culture, fun, and community to the blockchain. Get you a chain that can do you both. Dive in and see why ApeChain is on top. Green Edge, thank you for the tip. And Cap, go ahead and let her rip.
Another green day across the board. October has officially arrived. We are Bitcoin up 2% to 118,802, pushing 120K. ETH up 2% to 43.80. XRP up 1%, closing on $3. Solana up 4%, leading the majors at 225. Doge up 6%, and Cardano continues to be pegged in the mid 80-cent range, up 2% on the day. Dog, the Rune, up 22% on the day. $267,000 market cap for that one. Other memes, Sheeb up 3%, Pepe up 4%, Meme Core down 6%. That thing I can't figure out. It does seem to be trading inverse to the rest of the meme market. Pump up 1%, Pingu up 3%. I got to go check Steve's favorite here in a second. But before I do that, our favorite here on the show for today, Ape up a couple percent, 55 cents. I think when we started in the week, it was down the 50-cent range. So nice little stimmy for those winners today. Plasma is up a little bit. That's the wrong one. Sorry. $1.
Wait, what's it at now?
$1.
Gosh, I was like 98 cents this morning when I looked already, and it was up. So I basically could have just kept LP.
Yeah, it's showing down 4% on the 24-hour clock, but it was down a lot. It's up from it bottomed at 86 cents yesterday.
Yeah, that was about, I mean, I probably dumped it at like 95 cents or something like that. I just and I'll let you keep getting through the update, but it's one of those ones where it's like, it's weird. I don't know if we have a disease or we just like view the opportunity to learn and grow a little more, but like I don't feel like terrible looking at this. I think it goes that it means your strategy is set correctly, but I don't feel like sick to my stomach being like, man, I missed out on a 15+% gain after getting washed on this thing. Like, because I almost just kept it in plasma, but like the point you made at one point, I don't know if it's going to go down to 60 cents. I don't know if it's going to go back to $1.50. So who knows? Maybe I'll get back in the trade. Although people who are in the trade probably do not want me to do that.
It's funny. Yeah, I just don't understand enough about the tokenomics, unlocks, that stuff. I need to dive deeper if I'm going to stay in it too much longer. But back to the rest of our market update here. I think I mentioned Pingu up 3%, Pump up 1%. Then looking at our NFTs, we've got Cryptodes up 6% at 0.81. Apes down 3.95% to 8.7. Genesis NFTs down 3.94% as well to 0.034. The Mythics up 17% to 0.4. Little Pudgy's up 2%. Big Pudgy's down 1%. Milady's down 10% on the day to 1.6. DX Terminal, no surprise there. That's the OpenSea farm that does crazy volume as the voyages get turned on and off. So make sure if you're buying those things, make sure you're selling them. And then last but not least, leading the way today, Moonbird's up a whopping 13% to 3.6. I wonder how much this. I missed the announcement. I saw merch coming. Was that it?
I didn't see. So I saw merch. I didn't see it. The point is, it wasn't a token announcement, which I thought was going to hurt him. Turns out, maybe not. Because if anybody was there or has the alpha on it, I saw merch and I saw a tweet from Moonbirds about the institutions coming for your birds. So Bitwise bought Moonbirds for its blue chip NFT index fund. But outside of that, I didn't see if it's going up on that without the token announcement. I don't know. Like I'm probably that means we have another. I don't know. Like I'll talk about how I'm playing Moonbird strategy in a minute, but I think that means I may sell my second mythic, sell my second oddity, and look for another dip on them, because that means token isn't announced, which means we're still going to get a token announcement, which means we're probably going to get a little bit of a cool off and an opportunity to get back into that trade. Because I saw everybody assumed when they saw it, for the context to people, event called Burpala. Spencer's been hyping it up all week. Co-sponsored or presented by Solana. Said it was the can't miss event in Singapore, according to the team, and doesn't look like we got a token announcement. Although the night is young. The night is young because it is 8:37 p.m. there, and the event started an hour and a half ago. So who knows? Maybe there still is something coming. We'll see.
Do you think we might have another announcement coming before? Maybe it's breaking news during the show.
I assume the event is still going on because 12-hour difference. It's 8:30 p.m. there. So, or 8:37 p.m. to be exact, in however many seconds. So maybe we still will get a token announcement. So maybe I shouldn't be too cute with it. We'll see. But
maybe a check your wallets moment.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm like debating because I'm sitting here as you know, we talked about it yesterday in the show, but I've been sort of swing trading mythics. It's been a really as I've been farming OpenSea, one of the ways I've been able to do it is if I swing trade mythics, if I, trading in this range between 0.29 and 0.35, like when they get to the bottom of the range, I'd buy, I'd sell a little bit. That offsets some of those fees I'm paying in swaps, some of those fees to get those boxes leveled up. I'm on the Sapphire box. So I'm debating if right now is a time when I want to at least let the mythic fly because they're closing in on that 0.3 range or at least let the oddity fly because they're closing in on the 0.3 range. But anyway, Kappa, and Good Vibes, by the way, also up, but I know you keep on cooking on it.
Yeah, no, both the Good Vibes trade or a non-trade and as you mentioned, oddities up to almost closing on 0.3, Mythics 0.4. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna ride it out, but I guess I'll say this. I'll be a little surprised if all we get is a merch drop coming soon, like a Tobin's merch bag and some other merch. Like it's fine. I agree with Dort. I think big announcements still coming. I would be shocked if merch is it for the lead up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I feels like maybe it's a rolling thing. Like, if you're good at this sort of thing, which if I was a person who was doing PR,
apparently haven't spoke yet. So definitely not. Merch was just like part of the event. It's there, preview, but yeah, still. Yeah, I think we get an announcement still coming. You back?
Sorry. Yeah, it's the perfect day where I've had good internet for a while, and now my internet decided to freeze up on show 1000.
The squirrel's back pissing on the box outside.
Well, they put a very. I should take a picture to show you what this is like. So it used to be, for people who don't know, I was having some internet issues. I have still not taken action on my internet because they seemingly fixed it. The guy who came was super helpful, seemed to know what he was doing, and they thought there was an issue with this box. And I was like, look, they just need to cover this internet receiver because if a squirrel freaking pees on it, it breaks. And so they have now a completely janky cover on it. Oh yeah, Dort, that was something. The eyebrow thing, like The Rock, I can do that move. I can throw you a little people's eyebrow. But yeah, I don't know, it's interesting, man. I will see what happens. I'm gonna hold on to my burb and my oddity till then I guess I'll play it because I got it at a pretty lower price and see if they end up cooking upward. Because again, I am probably a seller on a run up. I still will have one mythic and one oddity no matter what, but I have a couple of each, so I've got some bullets in the chamber to try to throw out on that one as well. Cap, another thing I want to hit on this morning, and then we'll get into some of our segments and our giveaways here. It's the Doodles drop. We hit it briefly yesterday. First of all, Doomers is on the box, so I immediately bought one. Instant buy seeing Doomers on the box. I think it's a good move by Doodles. 500 boxes, no cereal. For people who don't know, the basically 10% of the boxes are going to be signed by Burnt Toast. One contains a hand-drawn sketch. Now, I heard some people being like, oh my God, holders should get first. They should always get the... Look, there's ways they could have done better. I mean, I like this. Like, I think sometimes people look for a reason to just like certain brands are just fall out of favor and people look for a reason to go after them. I think a lot of people have a lot of feelings on various brands. I think Doodles is one of them. And like, look, we'll talk about it honestly. Like we were the most biggest bull posters and Doodles friendly show in the world for a period of time. Then we didn't like what they did. We talked about it. We asked them about it on the show when they came on the show. You know, they've bounced around. They've had some team members leave, including the CEO, who I did like. But I will say, Diabolito says, no cereal, FUD that. I'm like, no. JFK, RFK Jr. actually says that's good, that you won't be eating the Fruit Loops with the artificial colors and whatnot. But no, I like this. It's like, it's a blind box, and you also get a collectible, and it's a cool, like, little random thing. And it's, I don't know, man. Like, I like it. I'm happy about it. I was a buyer. I forgot to put in my ETH address. I should probably reach out to the team because I feel like an idiot because I just did it really quick because it was a fast drop. See if there's a way that they can attach it to the order. If not, I will take that L all the same. But yeah, man, it's I think it's cool. I think it's Jambert says I don't think I look like Corey Feldman. I've never gotten that one. So I don't know about that one. I've gotten some other ones that I get the Ben Shapiro frequently because I talk fast. My voice isn't quite as high pitched as his, but it's not the lowest voice in the world. And the only way for me to control my hair is through a immense amount of gel that makes it a thick candy shell. Otherwise, it looks absolutely awful. I have the thickest hair in the world, so I get that one most frequently. But haven't the kind of
if you ever want to like get Steve happy and smile and just tell him he looks like Ben Shapiro, he loves it. Especially if it's at a conference or something. It's even best when he gets asked, "Are you Ben Shapiro?"
That was that. I've never been bothered by it. That was actually the funniest one. It was a foreign person somewhere in. I was on vacation in the Dominican Republic, and there's this area where we walk between the buffet and our room or whatever. It was like all inclusive resort thing, and I'm talking to someone, and a guy turns around. It's night, so it's kind of hard to see. He turns around and he goes, "Ben Shapiro," and I'm like, "Oh man." So it happens. Just part of life. I'm not bothered by it. I look how I look. I can't change that. Like, I can change how I act. I can change my work ethic. I can change how I work out. I can change how I'm kind to people. I can't change the fact that I look like that. Someone actually told me when I was thinner and in better shape, there's a guy who is one of the Bachelor in Paradise, like bartender host guys named Wells Adams, maybe. He's married to Sarah Hyland from Modern Family. He was like, they were like someone said, I'm almost like dollar store Wells, which I'll take that all day when my hair is short. Over the Ben Shapiro reference. But Cap, thoughts on the Doodles and what they do with the box. What's in the box?
It's fine. It's good. Happy for Doodles, pumped for Doomers, and it's cool. Yeah, I just at some point I'm waiting, like I'm kind of like looking for them to tie all this together, all these collaborations and partnerships, and maybe they're not. Maybe it's just growing that brand awareness and it's all just a long play. But I know there's a digital component, the collectible or wearable, maybe. Is that right? It's a wearable?
Yeah, I think so. Which I may not be getting because I'm not. I didn't put in my base address.
I guess my question is like, where does that come into play? Is it the studio? Is that where you're putting the wearable on? I just like that piece of the strategy is still a little vague for me, but yeah, good collaboration. Brand makes sense. 500 boxes out there for collectors. It's been something has been done in the past. Was it Warhol that did a Fruit Loops box? No,
sure.
Norman Rockwell. Norman Rockwell did a Fruit Loops box several years ago. So it's like there's some precedent there. It's pretty cool to see the brand keep growing. I was intending to buy one. I got in. I don't know what happened. Took a call or something, and they had sold out. But congratulations to the team, and mostly just pump for doodles. I think the one thing they do well, as good as anyone in the space, is recognize and support, reward, acknowledge their diehard supporters, their loyalists, by including their IP in different activations, and that's cool. I am a big fan of that.
You read my mind. That's actually my tweet that I had. So yesterday we had a lot going out, and tweets get nerfed if you send too many in a row. I know if you're like ICOBs will be like, fire off tweets. I'm like, a gazillion people have notifications from you, man. You don't have to worry about that. I do. So I actually have a tweet queued up saying something about Doodles, honoring community members, cool activation. So I want to give them some flowers on that today. That's in the plans. I'm also considering YOLOing into going to the Guardians game 3 decisive game today. So if I have time, we'll see. Yeah. I was texting a friend this morning and I was like, maybe we just fuck it and go.
They should have already won, right? They kind of blew game 1 in tragic fashion. I wasn't watching the game.
No, they didn't blow game 1. They actually Scuba was shoving in game 1. They had a chance, but like I'm actually surprised they were even in game 1 the way Scuba was shoving. So I think they got past the ace. They won yesterday in decisive fashion. So I'm feeling.
Maybe it was a buddy of mine who's a big Guardians fan. I just saw a comment in the group chat. It was like, am I right that Ramirez like let off the 9th with a triple or something? They couldn't get him in.
Yeah, no. It was definitely like a, but it wasn't as bad as I believe it's the Yankees are worse. The Yankees are I think the first team ever. Don't quote me on this. Where they loaded the bases in the bottom of the 9th with no outs and didn't score a single run in like a playoff game or something like that. So it could have been worse. Look, I'm excited because almost all of baseball, like people don't like these 3-game series because they can be over quick and they do suck if you lose 2, like the Reds or whatever. But like, I don't know, man. Like I think it's electric to be like. We have basically 4 game 7s today, more or less, and so I think that's pretty awesome. So I'm debating maybe
watching baseball.
Yeah,
it's about time I pay attention to baseball.
Yeah. It'll be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it. Also, by the way, Von Frunton says 1,000 shows. We're just learning now. Steve has stupid human tricks. I have a couple things in the hopper I haven't talked about that I do. Like the funniest though is a side note, and then maybe we'll do more, start the ENS giveaway, and then get into some other fun games here for the community. But again, give us a like or retweet a comment on the room. We'll get some people up here to do our Death.fun and some other things. I will say, like my son, you want to talk about stupid human tricks? My son, one of the ways he's 11, one of the ways that he, I would say probably talks to girls at school. It's funny. I have a little bit of a double jointed thumb. So like, it's hard to explain. It's hard to even see like how like gross my thumb is, but my thumb can do all sorts of weird stuff. My son has this too. He's double jointed in a variety of places. Like one time we were doing tubing with our friends who have a boat, and we thought his ankles were like broken because they were flopping out of what it looked like it was sideways. It's just his ankles can bend like completely sideways. The stretch you do for your hamstring where you like pull your heel up to your butt when you're stretching your hamstring, like you're standing or whatever. He can pull his like heel in front of his hip. It's disgusting. And it's like hilarious because we're used to it, but he'll just go to someone and he'll just yank it and like crank it around. Everyone's like, it's a great, so anyway, it's a good one. He's a funny kid also. So like, because he has a sense of humor, he knows how to like act like he broke his thumb and be like, ah! And then everybody freaks out. How about this? Let's do more, we'll get the ENS giveaway going. 100 Ape, courtesy of our friends over at ENS. And then after the ENS, we will start getting into some really fun games. We'll continue to talk about the market, and everything that's going on this morning. But this show is about the community, so we'll get this thing going.
The more you know, brought to you by ENS.
It is time for the More You Know, brought to you by our very first ever sponsor, going on, I believe, 15 months now, ENS. Today marks a huge milestone, our 1,000th episode of Coffee with Captain. What started back in December 2021 as Chris Jordan, Captain's Wiggly's way to force himself to stay up to date in the markets, has grown into a staple of the Web3 ecosystem. From the early days with rotating co-hosts like our guy Drew Crit, appreciate you, Drew Crit, for always being up there, as well as myself, Steve K. Bark, becoming permanent co-host in early 2022. The show has been built on consistency and community. In fact, one of us has been here every single weekday since day one, through holidays, birthdays, and everything in between. Along the way, we've been named Daily Spaces of the Year by NFT Stats Poll with thousands of votes, and we've grown to more than 500,000 annual listeners and viewers across platforms. 2 Ohio State alumni, 1 mission to bring you the news, insights, and conversations over coffee every single morning. Thank you for making Coffee with Captain part of your day. Here's to the next 1,000, my friends. And that was The More You Know, brought to you by ENS. ENS does more than you know, not just anchoring your name across Web3, but anchoring it across the internet. It's your identity. Simple, memorable, and unmistakably yours. Security, interoperability, and ease of use. Go to ens.domain to learn more and secure your ENS domain today. Cap, fun one to write this morning. It was a little bit different, a little bit reflective. We don't talk about ourselves very often. Like I said, like for a lot of us, it's just like show up to work the next day. That's kind of how we've always looked at it. You show up to work, good, bad, everything in between. We've had good days. We've had bad days. I think I was on this show, I don't know, the day after my dad died. Like, it's just, I mean, it's things that we do together and we go through it. And it's the community's been through a lot with us. So cool moment. And for those who are trying to win the ENS, by the way, let's do this. If you're listening live right now, if you don't have one, you got to go get one. Drop your ENS domain. So ENS, you can send, it's not just Ethereum. It's the everything naming service. You can use it for a variety of chains. So drop your ENS domain in the chat. Bonus points if you tag ENS in the Coffee with Captain Spaces chat, because we want to run up those comments. So if you have an ENS, if you don't have one, go get one. Let ENS you got one because you heard it on Coffee with Captain. Drop your ENS. So Odeka, drop that in the chat for the spaces. So drop your ENS. Tag ENS if you want some bonus points. We will at our discretion pick one winner to win it. So Odeka, Dwayne, make sure you drop those in the Spaces chat as well on X. Just go over to Spaces, find Cap Spaces, comment on there, comment your ENS, bonus points if you tag ENS in that one as well. And we'll give someone 100 ape, and we need that ENS because that's what we're going to send it. So Cap, I'll hand it back to you.
I got distracted, but good fitting for the show 1,000 for me to get distracted. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate ENS has been a great sponsor, and your rock-esque eyebrow raise distracted me. Dort had to drop that in the chat, and it threw me. So it's on point though.
I'm a big fan. Oh, someone tried to catch it and it didn't. Dort tried to catch it. I saw that. It's probably not high. Dort, if you need a better screenshot on that one, I can give you a real big one on the eyebrow if you want to catch that one, because I think I was probably mid eyebrow on that other one, and like I can hit it pretty high. So yeah, I taught. It's fun story. I taught this is self-taught.
Okay, that is a skill.
So it's I was on the way to West Virginia for a whitewater rafting trip with camp. And you have nothing to do in the vans back in the day, right? There's no phones, there's no TVs in cars. I'm sitting in a van that we're driving through West Virginia with with our camp counselor, with a bunch of people. You run out of things to talk about. I sat there. I borrowed a mirror from one of the girls on the trip, and I just sat there and worked on it until I figured it out. And sure enough, here we are. So feeling good about that. Again, drop those ENSs in the chat. Mobius, actually drop them in the Spaces chat if you don't mind. I appreciate that you're on the stream. We love that.
The audio Spaces chat, because there's the video chat on X. We want these. Drop this in the audio Spaces for my handle this morning, just so we can keep them all. We want to make sure we don't miss anyone. Make sure if you're dropping that, we include you in the running for this prize.
Yeah, and by the way, as a side note, in case you're wondering, if my addiction to coffee is real, at my local Starbucks, I've had 2 incidents now. One, I walked in and I get a black coffee. My wife gets either a caramel macchiato or like a latte or something. And I'm walking in and one of the workers goes, "Oh, good morning, Steve. I'll work on your other drink right now." And then I had another situation yesterday, because in the afternoon, I sometimes get an afternoon coffee. I get a cold brew in the afternoon a lot of times. Again, sometimes a coffee for my wife if she's coming home for lunch. And I'm going through and I ordered walk-in. And one of the people looked at me and I looked to go pick up my coffee. And they go, "Aren't you supposed to be in the drive-thru?" Because they usually do the drive-thru in the afternoon. So that's how well they know me. at my local Starbucks. So it's definitely an addiction that I have and a problem.
Couple things, Steve. I just got thinking here today that this is gonna, for everyone listening in, flying up over 220 already before the 9 o'clock hour. Appreciate all of you. We're gonna give you, here's a couple of little like future nuggets for future prizes, maybe future badge claim. We'll do something with this. Little throwbacks. We're not gonna play all the jingles. We're not gonna take you down the entire history of Coffee with Captain. Steve mentioned the first co-host of Coffee with Captain was Drew Crit. Held down that seat for maybe about a month. We kicked off in December 3rd of 2021, and we've said it before, but like for the first month, it was like there'd be like a dozen people here. So forget thousands of people coming through every morning. It'd be like 12 to 25 of us. It was not Drew Crit's fault. We were just, again, it was truly a conversation over coffee. What happened last night? What mints did we miss? What should we be paying attention to today? What's the runner? But yeah, shout out to Drew Crit for helping us get out of the starting blocks. Who knows? Had he not been here, I may have done a few of these and decided to shut it down. So big appreciation for the OG co-host. We also thought about, Steve actually mentioned a name for Blast from the Past that some of you may remember. He talked about bringing Punter back on for a cameo today for show 1000, and a few other fallen comrades who didn't make it through the bear. But the other bit of trivia, I don't know if we've ever shared this publicly, but people talking about they miss the old intro voice, the welcome to the future. Shout out to B-Love and the Special Sauce, who did our first ever jingle, maybe responsible indirectly for all the futures jingles. Now we use the fancy AI platforms to help us come up with those. But yeah, shout out to B-Love. I don't want to call him a fallen comrade, might still be like adjacent to the space or in the space. Haven't seen him for a while. And as you reflected and mentioned, Drew Crit, very, very active still. Many people have come and gone over 1,000 years, and it's not a bad thing. This isn't like, oh, woe is those who aren't still here. It's just, it is pretty wild when you like actually think about 4 years in this space and all the conversations we've had, the people that have not only that we've touched here on the show, but have touched us and had an impact on our lives, whether they're still here or not. Like a lot of those people like had a big impact on our journey, and appreciate all of them, whether they're here today or not.
Yeah, same.
B-Love and Drew Crit are going to be two future trivia questions.
B-Love, Drew Crit, probably technically the first Coffee with Captain ever was not even recorded. It was you and Squiddy in a coffee shop having a conversation. And then I actually got a text this morning about a piece of trivia related.
One would have been before ApeFest 1, right?
Yeah, that would have been 2021 November NFT NYC.
Yep. And then shortly after we had our first Coffee with Captain, which was an in real life, unrecorded, just the two of us, I saw Franklin of the Golden Ape fame dunk a basketball. That was my shocking revelation at ApeFest 1, was that Franklin has some hops.
Yeah, and also does Rubik's Cubes. Who knew? I also I got a text this morning about our current intro and outro that was like, here'd be a fun piece of trivia for 1,000 from a friend. So thought that might be a fun one, but
I think we're gonna have to take that one to the grave with us.
I agree. I think that I like that. Like that.
Did the person who texted you, or did they know?
Oh yeah, no, it was
the person.
It was, yeah, exactly. They thought it would be funny. They're like, that could be a funny thing if you want. I'm like, I don't know. I kind of want to take that one down with me. So
I may be wrong here, but I think there's 3 people on the planet that know who that is. Maybe 4.
Right. So it's a most assume AI. And I remember actually Bunchu, the biggest compliment we got was, not even compliment, it was hilarious. Bunchu was like, it's a really good AI voice you got there. I'm like, voice actor. But like he thought it was AI when he was the AI guy. Like when we first threw that one in, he was like, that's really clean. Where did you get that? It was before AI voice really easy to make.
Not that I'm planning on it, but if I ever write a book, I think I might have that voice do my my narrative on the audiobook.
It's a great voice. It's great live read voice. Clearly experienced doing voiceover work before. Who does our intro and outro? She clearly has some good voice work. But it's funny because most people assume it's AI, and it is a voice actor. So yeah.
Squiddy's still around. Wealth Creator asked what happened to Squiddy. Squiddy is the only person in Web3 that's hosted more live shows than us. I think he has the Gaming Ape show is on. I think it's episode like 1,272. Or no, 1,690 1,420, I believe, is the episode that Squiddy is on with his game. I can't, but no, every Monday Squiddy hosts a gaming show and done actually some incredible things with mythical games. And I played it. I downloaded Pingu Party, Pudgy Party. What's the game called? I'm sorry, I'll go scroll. It's Pudgy Party. I downloaded it. I'm just not a mobile gamer. I kind of wanted to I wanted at least support. I downloaded it. I played one game. I won. I was like, oh, I'm going to go back and play this fun casual game. I can't in football season, man. I just can't do it. I know myself. And if I have 10 minutes in the sauna, I would much rather fire an underdog draft, a battle royale draft that takes me 5 to 10 minutes than play a mobile game. It's just that's the sort of gaming I enjoy. And as much as I've tried to force myself to do these other mobile games, it's not me. I'm a degenerate. I have an edge in football, and I've been running actually pretty pure in not necessarily the battle royale, but these pick'ems. I've never done player props really in the past, and been running pretty hot. So tonight, my free alpha for tonight's, if you're in those streets, basically everyone except Christian McCaffrey for the Niners is out injured on Thursday Night Football. Christian McCaffrey might have 40 touches tonight. I think his over combined rushing receiving yards is probably a lock. He's not going to be efficient because it's either he gets 100 plus yards or the Niners get shut out. Like there's just very few outcomes where the Niners move the ball at all where it's not through Christian McCaffrey. And on the Rams side, Niners run defense has been pretty solid. Stafford has been dicing up through the air. I think the Stafford, Puka, and Devontae Adams just hit the overs on all their pass yards. Take the over on CMC, and that 4-pack is I think it's programmed. Seems like there's no free money in the world of sports betting, but pretty strong on that one. And Underdog has 30% profit boost throughout. Underdog joined their own version of October this month and giving you a 30% profit boost. So anyone in the betting streets, the sports prediction streets, some fun times there.
Yeah, for sure. Good stuff. Let's do this. And again, like I saw a stat that was actually kind of crazy, like something like through like 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something, the Niners were the only team that didn't have a rushing touchdown, which is crazy because CMC puts up mad numbers. But let's do this. Let's do our, just to keep things going on some of the giveaways for our friends out there. Who wants to play Death.fun? Is there anybody in the chat? Is there anybody in the I'm leaning towards the abstract chat or the video chat, only because then I can actually play along with you on the God Run when we try it.
Let's do abstract. And is this a good time? Do you mind if I'm going to try to limit my coffee refills and mobile stream drops? Is it a good time for me now? Can I step away, do the mobile stream drop, refill the coffee, and then I should be locked in for the remainder?
Yeah, you do your thing. Why don't you do that? I am going to pick. Look, I see Teacher Katie saying would love to play Death.fun. We're going to do a Teacher Katie run this morning. So Teacher Katie's going to go. Don't worry, Joey Vowels. We'll get you on there. KZ or Kazi, I should say. We'll get you on there. Diablito, we'll get you on there. We're going to go Teacher Katie first. One of our loyal listeners who has been here basically since the beginning with us. So we'll get it going for Teacher Katie. So I'm going to get my spreadsheet all set up to make sure I know the number. I'll distribute the Death.fun winnings at the end of each week. So just so you know, if you've won, Gator, Riz, Brian, Diego, our big winner, we will get you all hooked up because it is time for Coffee with Captain Death.fun gameplay. Death.fun, the home of DGen Dice, Laser Party, and the original Death.fun game is bringing the chaos to Coffee with Captain with $3,000 at least in prizes up for grabs. Tune in daily for your shot to play. And don't forget, use our referral link. I pinned that to the top once again and spend $20 for a chance to win that $1,000 grand prize. Again, you just got to play $20 worth. That's like 0.005 ETH or something like that. We'll get you done on there. So we're going to get Katie going in a second here. But as I mentioned up top, I pinned the Death.fun referral link. If you have not played Death.fun before, you click on that referral link, you play at least $20. You can just play one run that's $20, potentially double your money, call it a day, get a little bit of more money, call it a day. That's an opportunity that you have with that $20 gameplay chance. So you use that referral link and you are entered to win $1,000 just by playing. Not going to find a better deal out there, I don't think, because Death.fun is a fun game. Just ask Joey Vowels. Him and his wife were playing it the other day, just running like crazy. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get it started. You're going to see what it is. As mentioned before, if you're not familiar with Death.fun, again, that referral link is up top. If you go to my pin on my profile and click through and play it, you can see that there are green tiles and there are these little skull tiles. There's one skull tile on each one of these lines that continues to go up and up and up. up to a 380x on your money. Would be quite the win if you were able to pull that out. Maybe we'll get one of those where we're going. But you basically go and you pick. If you get the red tile, you're out. If you get the green tile, your money goes up the percentage based on the side. So fun little casino game. Teacher Katie, here's how we'll do it. We're going to do at least one run that I'll do. Maybe Cap will do a run. And then we're going to have you help us in the chat with the number. So the way we've been doing it is we'll explain it when we go is like the number. We'll just say the total number of tiles and you'll tell us which one to pick after we get going up and down. So we've been pretty successful for the right side here. So I'm going to hit start. We're going to prep the game, although we did hit a red skull in the start right off the bat. So Cap, do we want to mix it up or do we want to start going right side on Teacher Katie's first run?
Gotta go right.
Gotta go right. For a second, by the way, I read this. I'm like, did I just throw an ETH on this by accident? In which case we would cash out after one. So we're going to go right. All right. We're good on right. Stay right. Stay right.
I ride right.
We're riding right. Oh, okay. Right's unlucky in the first run. We're going to try it again. And then Teacher Katie, on the third one, we'll sort of get your input on this one. So I'm just going to go a little willy-nilly on this one. We're going right. We're going to stay right. We're actually going to go left on this one. Oh, my God. All right. We may have
right.
to
Right is Tails Never Fails of Death.fun.
The Tails Never Fails is like right. Maybe we'll give her one more run after this, after we try it. But let's try to get her to 4 because we got to go at least 4 runs on each one. So, man, I don't want Teacher Katie to be unlucky here as far as we go. All right, we're going to go right. Stay right. Tails Never Fails.
Right. Doesn't fail on Death.fun.
Right. Stay right.
I mean,
all right.
I was going to say left, but.
Oh man! All right, it's probably my internet being laggy. So, Katie, we are not doing you any favors here as we've had successful runs. We're going to give you another run this morning because we have had a nice go at it recently to see if we can get you through. So we're going to start right. All right, we're going to give you one more run because that's just unlucky. Very last run though, Katie. I'm sorry, this is not going as well as some of our previous runs, but we're going to try again one more time. We're going to let this thing start. All right, last run. Here we go. Right. This is a big one, Cap. 1, 2, 3. Actually, Katie,
let Katie pick this one.
Give us a number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Diablo says Steve recoils like he was shot on the red skull. Katie, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Give us a number in the chat, and we will go with whatever number you go with. I know we have a 15-second delay. Katie's saying 2. All right, we're alive. So, Katie, here's where it gets fun. I think we should go for a God run, but if you want to cash here, you can, or you take your 2 to 3 shots, 66.6 repeating percent here to get yourself still going on. So, Katie, do you want to cash out and take your win, or do you want to go 1, 2, or 3? Either. Sorry,
$100, right? Is that $100? Yeah. 0.2, $100.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm neither an athlete nor a mathlete. So, Katie, tell us cash or tell us to hit 1, 2, or 3. Give us in the chat. Either cash or 1, 2, or 3. We will take whatever you want to do on this show. You are a loyal listener and we appreciate you. So you tell us, Katie. Katie says 1. Katie's a gambler.
Good luck. Oh.
I'm sorry, Katie. I shouldn't have peer pressured you. It's a poor job out of me. Maybe
I
we'll
will
get
say Death.fun is a much more fun playing publicly with other people's money than even like the L's are more fun than the wins privately and personally.
Yeah. Katie should have gone 3. Yep.
Oh,
I don't know.
We have breaking news.
Burb announced. Send it. Let's go. There we go. Zane's staying on top of it for us.
Sorry. Go ahead and finish your Death.fun thought. Anything there? I do want to jump into. I've got some thoughts and maybe a hot take or 2 on this one. And actually, I think this is a pretty major. This is not a hyperbole. I think this actually might be the most important TGE of this cycle for NFTs.
Go on.
Or are you done with Death.fun? We good to roll into it?
Yeah, let's roll into it because I want to actually hear your thoughts on this as I maybe try to move a little bit of cash around to get myself another oddity or mythic on this announcement. Go ahead.
I will cook, but Vivek is asking for the referral link, so drop your Death.fun referral link in it looks like YouTube chat.
I don't know that I can drop it in the YouTube chat, so we have to figure that one out. It's on I will pin it to the top. I have the currently.
Does anyone have a link?
I will try my best to get it. But Burb on Solana. Why don't you talk about Burb while we do it? But if you're trying to go Death.fun, I have it pinned to the top of the space if you can get into the space on X. I don't have it pinned to my profile because I have our 1000th show pinned to the profile at the moment. So I can try to share it in various chats, but I'm not sure I can share it in the YouTube chat. But and it's not like a seamless share. I shared it in the abstract chat, and I will try to figure out the ref link in the YouTube chat. But give us your take on Bird while you're at it.
Appreciate Eddie Crypto for the tag, by the way, in all of our chat for getting us Zane and Captain Trippy. We had several that made sure we didn't miss this one. I've got, for those watching the stream, there's a 30-second teaser video. I like the rebrand. I saw some other people saying this. I usually think rebrands are a waste of time, money, and resources, and I'm usually anti-rebrand. Not to use the extreme example of like Cracker Barrel, but I think rebrands often is a dilution of a brand equity. I feel often brands spend years building brands and then go too far away from the brand to where they're basically just starting over, and I think that's silly. I think the way Moonbirds have done their rebrand, I think leaning into Burb, obviously it now being the token. I don't know if this is Spencer. I don't know if he has a marketing mind on the team, but and I will get into the actual token and why I think it's so important for NFTs, this TGE. But before I dive into that, I'm curious, like, I don't think I've asked you. I think we've talked about the rebrand. From as a marketer, what's your thoughts specifically on this Moonbirds rebrand? Fan of it?
So I'll tell you why I like the Moonbirds rebrand, and I'll tell you why I disagree with your rebrand take and also agree with it at the same time. I think most rebrands are made to be more boring, bland, and universal. So if you look at what Taco Bell did as an example, Taco Bell used to be this wacky sort of like fun colors or whatever, and now it just looks very universal, very sterile. You can go across the board into like, that's a classic example, because if you Google like old Taco Bell restaurants and look at new ones, old McDonald's restaurants, again, and I know I'm not a fast food guy.
You know why the restaurants went this route, right?
No, why?
It's just like, so think about like the old Pizza Huts or the old McDonald's. The old Pizza Huts look like a freaking hut, and that's it. Like, that real estate was only going to be a McDonald's or Pizza Hut, or it's in a small town somewhere where they didn't actually redo the building. It's just, it's the general store that used to be a Pizza Hut, and so when these restaurateurs leaned into franchising and started adding so many locations. A lot of them, like McDonald's, is actually a real estate company. A lot of these big retail chains, they're real estate. They're in CRE. They're in commercial real estate as much or more so than they are whatever their brand is, whatever their fast food junk they're selling. Well, the reality is, in any business, especially retail and restaurants, a lot of them fail. A lot of them don't work, especially in franchise. A lot of them won't work. Well, if you build out a Pizza Hut and the franchisee doesn't work, or the location's a bad one, you're just stuck. You're stuck with that land, and you're going to have to tear the building down to rebuild. Whereas if you do the sterile square look that they've all went to, now you can swap out a Taco Bell for McDonald's, and no one knows any different, except the people who live there and used to go to the Taco Bell. But as far as like the look at aesthetics, they're much more universal. They're much more transferable. It significantly limits the downside for these restaurant brands that are owning the real estate.
That tracks. So that makes sense to me as far as like the reasoning goes. So what I was going to say about rebrand,
that was a big driver, is just like making them so where, you're not stuck with a building that looks like a McDonald's, playhouse for all of time.
Yeah, and I get that. So like that makes sense to me. Like I get that thought process, and I understand the perspective there. So I want to be like clear, like that makes sense to me. The thing that I find myself like not liking about it, and this is me being a pure brand guy, because obviously I'm a guy by nature. My my background is in PR and marketing, is I think as brands have gone to be more sterile in general, like you look at what they do, it's like rebrands are often like, okay, you change a couple light things to go with whatever, like a bunch of, it's almost like these tastemakers. It's like fashion. These tastemakers in branding decide that like, oh, light branding is good, or these colors are in right now. What I like is and the reason why I like this rebrand and I like rebrands in general is I don't like rebrands that don't do a lot for you. I like rebrands that do exactly what this one is doing, which is this is a new look and feel. It is familiar to the old look and feel, but it is certainly not a complete divergence from what we previously saw and knew. So for that reason, I do like a rebrand like this personally. It's a good look and good look for me as far as what I like on this one. So like to me, I like the rebrand on the Burb, but you said you think this is the most important TGE of the cycle or something to that degree. Why? Because you think it could be a brand coin? Because you like talk to me about your reasoning for it. By the way, it's like impossible to buy a mythic or a oddity right now that isn't listed on Blur and get actual OpenSea chest credit at the moment. So that's not fun. But tell me your reason.
One thing I did on anyone that is doing the OpenSea farm, one thing I did discover, because you and I were going through this yesterday, I had a WETH offer out there or a collection offer on a oddity, and it hit, and I saw that it was on, it went through on Blur. I placed the collection offer on OpenSea. It was a Blur listing that it hit on. And so for a second, I was tilted because I thought I wasn't going to get the OpenSea points. As long as you make the offer on OpenSea, even if it is a Blur transaction, you still get credit for it.
Yeah, I'm going to, I might do that, but I'm probably not going to end up buying any of these because literally the bottom two rows are entirely not going to give chest credit. And part of me is buying these for a combination of like, yes, I think the number can go up, but I also think that there is an opportunity to get the chest there. And I'm not probably gonna end up buying anything else this morning because I don't think I'm going to be able to I'm not confident I'm going to be able to get the points there.
For a second, when you said you weren't able to buy it, I thought you were going to say the floor is lava. It's been a minute since we've had a floor is lava NFT day.
I'm not kidding. I've clicked on like the first like 3 rows just to see, and like the floor right now is 0.3. I mean, we're going like up into like 0.33. I'm not finding one that is, and so that's a 10% premium for non. So maybe the move is just to throw in and let someone WETH it into my bid, because if the top WETH bid is, see if people are WETHing or if they're ETHing is the question. A lot of ETHing, so probably not going to be a lot of WETH bids because people are just listing like crazy. So hopefully we can do it. But it's funny how we're having like a farm off between Blur and OpenSea at the moment. On the listings. I wish there was a way to show if it's Blur or OpenSea. Is there UX on that on OpenSea anywhere?
Should be.
Or UI? All right, I got one. Probably.
I mean, there's a lot of sales happening right now on, so people are responding. It seems like for every sale, there's a listing. So it's just people moving around within the ecosystem. 3.99. I mean, so let me get my take out, and then we'll come back to maybe some price takes and otherwise. Yeah, they're flying. Flying.
Yeah, I've got. I bought one. I'm probably gonna like actually list one above floor because I can take a profit on one of them, and the other one I just bought, so I can kind of cover my costs there. But yeah, Cap, keep cooking on why you think there's an important TGE. Then we'll go to Joey, and then we got Beezie Clause, we got Flow and Polygon to discuss. Remember, if you're trying to win that 100 Ape courtesy of ENS, drop your ENS in the chat and tag ENS. Cap or I will pick a winner by the end of the show to do that. So drop an ENS and tag ENS. We appreciate them as our very first sponsor ever. So hitting on that one. But I'm
not sure how much of the like OpenSea rarity matters anymore. I don't know if this number means anything, but this one ranked 112, just sold for 4.08, slightly above floor. And yesterday it sold for 3.7. So it's just like, and prior to that, the last sale was 37 ETH. Like, it's just like the flippers are back, Steve. I think this is and maybe it's just because purely TGE, but where I'm going with this is I believe why it's so important of a TGE is because of NFT strategy, because of Burb strategy. And that thing, by the way, I think was the first one to crack 10 million. It's not punk strategy. And seemingly the flywheel's working. Spencer is leaning into strategy. I saw our friends from Good Vibes Club out there in the audience a little bit ago. They've got a strategy coming up soon. I saw OSF this morning mention Rec guys are not going to do a strategy because they have Rec coin and they don't want to, he's not into splitting liquidity. All the other strategies that are live, the ones that have tokens, Pudgies have Pingu, Apes have ApeCoin, they're already there. Burb is going to be the first one that is launching a token that already has Burb strategy. While they are different, and I think they both can coexist, this is going to be something to pay attention to. And if I'm actually really excited and glad that it's Spencer is the first one to do this, because of all the leading PFP NFT founders or leaders, Spencer wasn't the founder, but of presidents, CEOs, leaders, teams, I think maybe he's not the best, but he's certainly one of the best, potentially the best leader of a PFP NFT collection that understands the degen streets of crypto, that understands tokenomics, that's done well as a trader, that's done well in tokens. And you can't just launch a token. Like you can. I guess anyone can just go launch a token. There's a reason that thousands of them get launched every day and thousands of them quickly go to zero. Even when you talk about NFT brands, how many NFT brands have we seen launch a token and it is truly a race to zero? It's just a liquidity event. It's a sell-off. And oftentimes the token runs to zero and then the NFTs are down even lower than before they announced the token. It's not easy to execute well. I think NFT strategy and Burb strategy combined with Burb now, it brings on it's uncharted territory. This is a new dynamic. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but we can't dispute the success that strategy has had thus far. I think it sticks. I've talked about making some moves. I want moves in more than just punk strategy. I want exposure to more than just punk strategy. And Joey, we will get to your hand here in a second. Appreciate your patience. I saw yesterday, like they did over $1 million of NFT sales yesterday, the 24-hour volume. Over 1 million of that was automated buys as a result of NFT strategy. That's real, man. Like we're seeing a real flywheel. We're seeing real market dynamics. That's not blur farming. That's not just incentivized bidding. Like now, is it going to be more exciting and look a lot better during a bull market when numbers go up? Sure. I'm going to go see if I can find a thread, because the take of like, how does this stuff perform in a bear market also gets exciting, because it's an algorithm. It's a smart contract. It's code. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't have emotions. So when there's a sell-off, when the market dips, guess what? Burb strategy that's sitting on, a bunch of ETH it's going to buy more Burbs. Like it's just, instead of, I need to put more thought to how I can explain this, but and this is maybe not going to land. Maybe it's not an accurate statement, but where my head is going, what I'm trying to wordsmith a little bit, Steve, is there's a world where the strategy, these funds that are buying NFTs, when they sell it for a 20% gain, they go buy their token, they burn the token, and this flywheel at the most simplest level where my brain is at, is it's like the inverse of blur farming. It's, instead of incentivizing bidding below the floor and then dumping assets below the floor, this is buying at floor, only selling above the floor. And if the floor price drops, they're buying more. Like, to me, it's just like, it is the reverse flywheel of blur farming. And that's probably too simplistic. It's not exactly that, but that's what I'm trying to that's what I'm trying to wordsmith, is how to explain that. What I'm seeing is, I think it is potentially the impact it could have on NFT floor prices could be the opposite effect that blur farming had on NFT floor prices.
Yeah, I mean, it does have that sort of reverse effect feel to it. By the way, I have already bought and sold an oddity in the time that we've had this discussion. So that was quick.
The flip ore.
I mean, look, it's funny because it doesn't do as much for my boxes as I would like, but I did. So here's the thing. I landed one oddity. I sold another oddity. but this guy was around the floor. And it was like, I think the first one that wasn't a blur farm. Check this guy out. It's pretty cool. Nice little oddity. So I'm happy with that one because I have that one. And then I have the, how do we go to highest offer? And then I have this guy as well, who's my favorite. So I think this guy, I like his little worm guy going on, but like kind of like the oddity art too. So if I get stuck with the crown guy, if like there was a top and people aren't getting too excited about it, but one of the advantages I found with mine is I listed it above floor, but I listed it just above the floor for where blur was. So I think other people were clicking through and they finally found, they're like, this one's on OpenSea, and they clicked it through and took that for the farm. So love to see that. Good vibes cooking as well for whatever reason on the news. So got to debate whether I want to list a good vibes or not, because I have a couple of those that I was looking at as I continue to work on that. But the idea is I'm trying to offset any sort of potential losses here while I on tokens while I continue to level up my box.
Floor already up to 4.06, so it is in the floor price chart looks like a straight line up. It's a vertical line. God candle for the burbs this morning. Congratulations to all the burb holders. Congratulations to our guy Zane. Even when we know this was coming, or we all anticipated this was coming, we expected this was coming, it was it's so good to see it come through, and it's so good to see the market respond in kind.
Yeah, it's great to see the market respond in kind. I
think it's going to be a 5e4 before we know it. I think it'll. What's your call? How high do they get pre TGE?
Oh man, I mean, Doodles got pretty high. I don't think they hit 10, but I think 7 to 8's in range. I think because I think right now it's got a long way to go. We don't know if TGE is happening soon. We haven't gotten the details on it, so we'll be paying attention to that. But
brace yourselves in 24 hours. Zane and friends are going to be tweeting about the next flippening when burbs flip pudgies and apes.
Geez, I already flipped another oddity. I thought I was not because the offers were going down, but maybe an arbitrage to be had here of making a little bit of money on the fact that I buy list as the lowest one that's not a blur farm, and then someone buys it. But
it's also taking me back when the floor is literally lava. It's up now to 4.1, and like this is just like so much like good. Take me back to the NFT glory days when floor is just ripping. It's sells every second, multiple sales per minute, and yet lo and behold, someone had to undercut the floor with a space burb and listed at 4.08 just because I can't wait to get rid of this thing. So it's so funny when people are, I don't know. It's just,
people are trying to make money on their back.
They bought that. I can't make this up. They bought a space burb at I'm sorry. I thought I saw they bought it at 4.0. Yeah, they bought it at 4.08 and sold it at 4.06. Is that right? No, can't be right. Just wacky wild stuff. NFTs are back, Steve.
NFTs all the way back. Cap, let's go to Joey Vowels, and then we got claw polls, we got flow, we got a lot to do as far as giveaways go. We got a PS5 that we're gonna give away. So I'm gonna get that going as well, because I gotta put my flow ref link on in the chat here. I'm gonna tell people right now, we're gonna talk a little bit about flow here. We're gonna give away some points and some boxes. But if you are not in the flow rewards program, and I'll put this in the war room as well. I'll tell you, we'll go to Joey here in a second, but I'm gonna pin to the top my flow referral link. The people at Flow are gonna give away in the next 24 hours to one person, and I'm trying to find my link so I can pin it to the top in here. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. I'm pinning to the top of the space my flow ref link. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it in the abstract chat as well. I'm going to paste it in the YouTube chat as well, because I figured out I can do that now, because I think we've upgraded our StreamYard recently that allows us to do that. It is the Flow Rewards program, which I'm going to talk about. I love it. I love the Flow Rewards program. Click on that ref link to sign up for Flow Rewards. It's a really cool program. Like, you basically do things on their chain and you get rewarded with points, gives you the opportunity. I'm working my way towards maybe an iPad, maybe a MacBook, maybe a new iPhone, maybe a Galaxy. What's that?
Maybe a PS5 for yourself.
Maybe a PS5 for myself to get. I'm actually debating getting the new Nintendo Switch, because my brother's been peer pressuring me into it to play different games online. But that link that I put in the abstract chat, in the pin to the top of the space, and also in the comments down there, as well as in the YouTube, if you go to Flow Reward Store, I'll show what it looks like in a minute. It's cool, man. It is cool. You have the opportunity for whether you do Beezy claw pulls or anything to work your way towards a really cool prize system. I'm a big fan of it. So one person uses my ref link, and I assume previous people will be in it. I will let the Flow team know if they can include previous people like Jambert and others. If you use that Flow ref link, you're going to be entered in the next 24 hours to win a PlayStation 5, a PS5. But Cap, why don't you let's go to Joey real quick, and then we'll hit it back.
Joey, I did share this because I talked about it earlier, couldn't find it. Shout out to I Can't Trade, who apparently can trade for the tag and has been beating the drum on both Burb and Punkster this whole time. This is the post I was referencing. Joey, you are on deck. We're going to get to you here in 30 seconds or less. As the price of the NFT collection goes down, this is what will happen. Price of NFT goes down. Price of strategy goes down. Platform buys more NFTs, relist them. Nobody buys the relisted ones. The platform buys more NFTs and more NFTs. The market will find a floor where a token will own from 300 to 1,000 items, depending on the collection. But at some point, when the floor is found, all those cheap items will be scooped. And remember, the bot cannot weath them. Only buy and relist. This is much better than whales accumulating. And I agree. It's I just think this flywheel could get insane and is far better than whales buying on for incentivized bids and then weave them into other bids for losses. Here, it simply can't do that. And supply shock could get very real in some of these collections. But yeah, Joey, GM, appreciate your patience, sir. Always a pleasure. Maybe our most heard voice on Coffee with Captain that is not Steve or myself. What brings you up today, Joey?
GM guys, well, first off, congratulations on 1,000 shows. I don't remember when I first found you guys, but it's definitely been, it had to have been at least 2 years now. So I'm excited for you guys, and I'm excited for you guys to hit 2,000 because the space wouldn't be the same without you. Real quick, that Space Burb, he bought it for 2.98 and then sold it for 4.08. So he made a little over an ETH for over 2 weeks, and he made a little over an ETH on that Space Burb. But I came up because you said something, and I wasn't sure if I heard you correctly. But so when I bought my oddity yesterday, I went to buy a blur of one that was on OpenSea but posted on Blur, and it actually a message pops up, which I think is pretty cool from OpenSea that says to the effect of, by purchasing this item, you will not earn any credit towards the rewards program or towards your chest. And then I immediately went like slightly higher, like, it was like 3 or 4 off the floor to find one on OpenSea to get credit for buying that oddity towards my chest. So I think, I don't remember what you said, Kat. I was trying to understand what you said, but yeah, so you don't get credit if you're buying listings from other platforms on OpenSea. And I want to commend OpenSea because they didn't have to put that pop-up message, right? Like, they didn't have to go through the time of saying, here, let's have a pop-up message. So when someone clicks buy, before it even opens up into their wallet to buy, it gives them this warning that, like, this isn't going to count towards, it says this transaction contains items that won't grant chest progress. So I thought that was super cool of them to do that. And I just wanted to clarify that because I couldn't understand what you said.
Yeah, it is a cool mechanism for sure. I totally agree with that. Like I for that, it does save them some headaches on some points, things and other stuff, but it's a great idea. But yeah, I mean, I like that they do that. And yeah, it's been a cooking morning. Good to be live when that announcement went live to do that. Maybe paid for some Guardians tickets today to go to see them play Game 3. Want to share? Let's do this before we do the Beezy Claw polls, because we're going to do some Beezy Claw polls for some folks. So I want to share the Flow Rewards program because they are kind enough to donate this PS5. So looking at the rewards program, there's all sorts of things you can do. So I'm doing all sorts of actions. I've got D-Pin, which is a, Disney pin sort of tracking as Disney pins are getting hot. I've got, you can bridge over to Flow using various bridges, and that earns you these things. What you do is you earn keys and boxes. So you can see I have 69,866 boxes. Nice. And 260 keys. One key opens one box and turns into points. So think about it as you get keys for certain activities, you get boxes for certain activities, you combine those, and they turn into points. I'll show what those points do in a second, but you know, a lot of the activities, look, I mean, for, you know, you want to get some keys, I hold some NBA Top Shot moments. Those NBA Top Shot moments are earning me weekly keys. You want to earn, you know, I have some money vaulted. Those are earning me weekly boxes or daily boxes. So I'm getting a bunch of boxes each day by that. The reward store in general. And so a lot of DeFi activities on Flow, which they have, earning me some of those things. When you go over to their store, you can see,
Steve, it's just to add in, it's 5 points. So every time a key unlocks a box, you get 5 diamonds, and those diamonds are what you use to purchase. So each unlock is 5.
Yeah, each unlock is 5. I thought if I didn't say that, I apologize. But yeah, each unlock is 5 points that you get towards that. So, you know, I'm sitting there, you know, 1.15 million around or so. And look at some of these prizes you can get. Like, so there's, you know, Galaxy phones, iPhones, iPhone Air, another Galaxy phone if I want to go. My brother's pressuring me because I could right now get the Nintendo Switch. I'm approaching the iPhone 17. They throw iPods in here, AirPods. I'm sorry, they put iPads in here. You know, for that they've got the AirPods Max. They've got MetaQuest, the PS5. If I want to get myself a PS5, I can get myself a PS5 right now. If I want to switch up my gaming system or get a different one, Ray-Ban glasses. So cool things all the way down. AirPod Pros, down to things like Crypto Kitties, as well as, you know, a Ledger Flex and other things like that. So really cool reward store. Very familiar, I think, as far as rewards go to most normal people, because most normal people aren't looking to farm an airdrop for a token that's I don't know what, that drops I don't know when. Great. We love doing it in the crypto space, but really cool program. So if you want to be entered to win that PS5 from Flow, use the ref link that I put in the abstract chat, in the YouTube chat, or on my up top, pinned to the top of the space. One person in the next 24 hours who uses my ref link to get onto Flow Rewards. We love the Flow Rewards. And I would recommend doing a little activity on there. I'm sure it matters because I think you need 1,000 diamonds of activity in order to really register. So get on there, do a couple things. Literally could do a few Beezie claw pulls, a couple other things, and you could be ripping and gripping. So excited about that, you know, for the Flow Rewards program. And we appreciate Flow for donating. I mean, I reached out to Flow, by the way. Do me a favor too, because Flow's also, you want a good head start, you want to get a really good prize from there. Flow is also giving us out. I need to pull up my spreadsheet to get the exact amount so I don't mess this up. I know I have it in one of these windows.
120,000.
So we're going to give 120,000. We're going to do 40 keys and 40 boxes to 3 people. So 3 of you will start with, what's the math on that? 120,000 points right there or whatever, right? No, 5 keys per box. So 40 keys. So that's 200,000. So 3 of you are going to start with 200,000 points right off the bat. If you look at the Flow Reward store, I'll pull it back up. That gets you a nice start towards some good progress right off the bat. So if you want those keys and boxes, 40,000 keys and 40,000 boxes, because I reached out to them, I'm like, can we get some keys and boxes? They're like, how about we give you a PS5 too? I'm like, Jesus, awesome. Appreciate that. So again, we've got some comments going down. We're going to scroll through the comments after and get them and get our winners. You can still comment for that 108 from ENS. If you type in your ENS address and tag ENS, you are entered to win. If you sign up for the Flow Rewards program, you are entered to win that PS5. Show me a screenshot that you signed up for that Flow Rewards program in the chat, or mention it in the abstract chat, or mention it in the YouTube chat. And we will pick 3 people to start off with those keys and boxes. So we're giving away a PS5 if you use that ref link. And if you show us you use that ref link with a screenshot in the comments, or mention it, or tag us, you have the opportunity to win those keys and boxes. We'll pick 3 winners for that as well, to win those keys and boxes. So that's how we're going to give away those. And that'll give you a major boost. I'll find those people as well to do it. And potentially win some nice prizes there. So we're going to figure out some people there to do that. That said, speaking of Flow, let's do some coffee with Captain. We're going to draw for Dort. We need to draw for Machiavelli. So I'm going to mention that we're going to go. I'm writing the numbers down so people are aware. So it takes a second as we track it, because we are a one-person show. We're going to do definitely Dort and Machiavelli. If you want to have we're going to pick one more third person for a BZ Claw pull. Let us know if you use our BZ Claw pull. We're going to we're gonna definitely get you going there. So we're gonna play the intro here for old time's sake of the Beezie Claws machine. Machiavelli gets to play strictly because Machiavelli was singing the Coffee with Captain jingle in the chat.
Coffee with Captain. Give that claw a spin. Roll grills from BC. Prizes within. Mystery and magic. Where to begin? Coffee with Captain. It's your time to win.
I should actually do, I think I still have the live read written down somewhere here. I do. It's time for Coffee with Captain, brought to you by Beezie, the best marketplace for resellers from Pokemon and One Piece to cards to sneakers, video games, comics, and more. All collectibles. All of your collectibles are secured securely in a Brinks vault and can be redeemed at any time. Plus, it's the only place you'll find the Claw. Now partnered with OpenSea, they're building a Claw. They are doing all sorts of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and launch the Claw here. We're going to do the TCG 50. We get 3 draws here, courtesy of our friends over at Beezie. So going to go ahead and pull that while it loads as we get going. So we're going to draw Dort first. Dort, I see you in the chat. You are getting the first claw draw. So Dort, I'm going to pull this for you. We are going to do it. As mentioned from our friends over at Beezie, there are so many awesome things to win here as far as value. You can see the odds that you have a chance of getting a 501 plus. Our guy Jambert won $900 on a claw swap. But basically, plus EV value of about 1 in 3 shot or more. So Dort, you're going to draw first, and we are going to look for some of the great chase items. We're going to draw you out here, confirm it. We're going to do not refresh and let this thing roll. We're going to sign ourselves a transaction, and we are going to get Dort running. So Dort's going first in the claw draw. We're going to get Machiavelli as well. If somebody wants to be the third claw pull, we will get you. We're going in. Ooh, this thing sped up recently, Joey Val. Some like tech upgrades, perhaps. And Dort.
Yeah.
Joey's breaking up there. I think he was trying to jump in. But Dort, $28 for your swap. Now, do you want to keep this 1999 Fossil Grimer? I actually am not familiar with this Pokemon as much as I know the poke on the Mon. Do you want that, or do you want the $20, Dort? Let us know what you're thinking. If you want it, I'll give it about 15 seconds in the chat. If not, we will do the keep item and start again, or we will do the risk. Dort seems pumped. Dort's getting the card. So Dort, DM me keep plays. Dort is such a collector. My favorite. And by the way, I love this new feature that makes sure you don't swap. Make sure you know what you're doing. So we're going to keep the item and we're going to start again. So Dort, as always, DM me your wallet address and we will get you going as well. Second draw is going to be for our guy, Machiavelli. Oh, good, Joey.
I was going to say, Phonics. I don't know if Phonics has ever done a claw pull. Has he?
I don't think so.
I don't think he has. Does he want one?
Yes, he does. And I would like to nominate Phonics for all his help with everything DeFi and Hyperliquid and all that stuff.
All right. So we are going to, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do Machiavelli next, and then we will do Phonics after that. Phonics, I'll keep an eye on the war room if you are listening. And he listens every day, and he is one of, honestly, Phonics deserves all the things because Phonics puts up with every time I turn into a baby back bitch about DeFi and start pitching a fit like a 2-year-old. He always just calmly responds to me and teaches me how to do things. So Phonics definitely gets third one. Second claw pull is going to our guy Machiavelli. So Machiavelli.
Oh, wait, real quick too, Steve. Yes, we if you close that, if you hit extra real quick. Oh, never mind. Do the pull. I'll show you after. But there were some upgrades I'll tell you about after.
We got the pull going. We got Machiavelli coming through. All right, $26, Japanese VMAX Climax Bronzong. Again, $26 value for free. Machiavelli, do you want to keep or do you want to swap? Let us know what you want to do. We will send you this no matter what. Send me your wallet address regardless. But Machiavelli, give it about 15 seconds in the chat. Do you want to keep or do you want to swap? Machiavelli, another keeper. So, Joey Valls, give us a heads up on the Beezie upgrades while we do it before we draw for Phonics.
Yeah, so if you notice, if you X out of this part where you can confirm your payment, and then you'll see right next to where it says like start the claw, or you'll see there's a number now with a plus or minus. Yep. So we've added multi-pulls. So to the left of start again, you could actually, so for those of you that are super degens, you can just run I think we're at 1, 3, and 5, or 1, 3, 5, and 10. I have to double check. So you could literally just pay for 5 pulls in one transaction, and it'll show 5 pulls up across your screen at one time. And then you can choose which ones you want to keep and swap.
I should have done a multi-pull.
As well as enhanced UI, UX, and speed and all that stuff like that.
Yeah, it looks great. I've done the claw many, many times, and we've been here since day one when the claw was introduced, and for Clawfee with Captain. And so yeah, but Dorton, our guy Machiavelli, DM me your wallet addresses so I have them for your Beezie collection. I know you guys are collectors. All right, Phonics. This one is for you. We're going to start again right here. Again, we are going to pull. It is moved very quickly. So we are going to get you this one. So Phonics, here you go. Phonics in the War Room, one of the OGs, has helped me out more than anybody alongside Mayhem and some other friends with DeFi. Appreciate all of you very, very much. We're going to do the claw pull, so we will not refresh here. This one taking a couple more minutes, probably because on a user error on my fault, I'm sure. So we will get Phonics a draw as soon as this goes. But Cap, big fan of this. We were having people ask how easy it is to ship. As soon as I called it out, I actually jinxed it. This is like when you say a field goal kicker is going to make a field goal, or they've made their last 25, and now we are getting a little bit of a spinning wheel. So we'll give it a minute, and then we may not listen and refresh, because I know sometimes it'll pull and show up in the wallet, so we can see what Phonics can get here to get it shipped. But hopefully I did not jinx it too hard. We shall see. But Cap, easy to ship, easy as Beezy. I know I have quite the collection on there. I can actually go ahead, Joey.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, Joey. Were you jumping in?
No, that was Cap. That was jumping in.
You're good. I saw the one. I saw the market value 2,333. I thought we pulled a banger, but it was showing.
You might need to refresh and just go to your wallet.
We're gonna refresh and we're gonna go to our wallet. We're gonna see what Phonics. So we're gonna reload this. BZ has instructed me not to reload it, but we are reloading it because we are getting official word from official team. Could be a user error on my fault. I'm not sure if it has gone, but we're gonna go to my collection real quick. We'll go to the collection. I've collected quite a bit. No, it's not in there, so it didn't draw yet. So I don't mind drawing a second claw. So we're gonna reload and try the claw.
Yeah, it looks like it didn't. It did because it's still, your balance is still 337. So it could just be blockchain doing blockchain things. So I would just go do it again. You should be fine.
Yeah, and for people who are looking, I got my Jordan cards. I got my shoes in here. I got a full-on booster box in here. I'll go down to the bottom, my copy of Sealed Mario 3, all secured in Brink's vault for me right there. Got a little Tom Brady action going on. So quite the collection going. We're going to try TCG 50 one more time for Phonics. And if it doesn't pull, we will get Phonics 1 on another day. So BZ will get a nice little double dip there. We'll try this one more time. So we're going to do the pull. We're going to do it. It was working incredibly quick before, so we'll try and see if we can get this going again. So we will let this sucker load up, give it a couple seconds, and if it doesn't go through and we're just having a UX error, it also could be my internet, which is being a little wonky this morning. We'll get Phonics a pull on. Here we go, Phonics. We are pulling for Phonics now.
Big winner.
Big winner, please. All right, $27. So Phonics, here's the deal. You can get this Toxtricity, which is, by the way, one of my son's favorite Pokemon. Or you can swap it, and I can send you that $27. There's a little bit of a swap fee that'll get you off there. But you tell me, Phonics in the War Room, do you want to keep the Toxtricity? Do you want to swap it? $27 is swap value. Usually the swap value is a percentage of the actual value of the card. So probably a $30, $40 card right there for you. We got Phonics typing. We'll see what he wants to do.
90%. So it's a $30 card.
So about a $30 card there. Not too shabby for you. Phonics is typing. He's going to tell me what he wants to do here. A lot of typing for Keeper Swap as we get it going and wait for him to get that response in there. And yeah, I like how you have the Keeper Swap here. You have the Keeper Swap on the claw. It's a good UI UX.
Steve, we also added right there, you see where it says download pull? So you could actually download a graphic now. So if you wanted to share what you pull, it's this really dope graphic showing you like what you pulled, the value of the card to post right on X. It's a 1x1, so you can post it on any platform.
I'll share it.
And then one of the other features we did is we've integrated with Crossmint, where you can do cross-chain purchasing now. So you can literally pay with Sol right in the claw without having to do any bridging. It's done all for you. Soul is just one example. So we're constantly trying to upgrade the experience for people and make it as simple as possible. And this is all based on feedback from our community.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I love that. And by the way, I'll share what this looks like. I got to pull it up. I think this is a very cool graphic that you have here. So to show the example of the download poll that I just got from Phonics, look at this graphic. I'm sharing it on the screen right now. Just polled, says the value, says the dollar value, says what it is. This is good because I've been sharing my polls manually. So, yeah, I think that's a cool concept. So great upgrade to Beezie. Phonics will DM his wallet address. So will Dort. I'm going to make sure I mark off in the chat who the other people were. So Dort, Machiavelli, and Phonics all win. We got 2 keepers and 1 swapper. So we always appreciate that. And by the way, to show an example of the Flow Rewards program, which again, if you sign up with my link that I pinned to the top, if you scroll one over, if you sign up with our that link, you have the chance to win a PS5. So you're going to want to do that. It's in all the different chats on the Flow Reward program. So make sure you do that. You could win a PS5. They're going to pick one person and then we'll end up giving it away to them. If you go to my my keys and boxes now on the Flow Rewards program, as mentioned, big fan of this one, you'll see my keys have now gone up because I did 3 Beezie claw pulls. That's one way you can earn keys. So it's going to unlock more boxes. That box is 69.9. Nice. Is going to convert some into keys and into points. And then ultimately my points will continue to go up as I earn towards Flow Rewards and continue to stack them through. So look, I mean, like, awesome. Appreciate that. Cap, we have one more. So I think we've got that going. We are going to draw the open page badge live. So why don't we do this? We're going to draw a winner of the, you have a few more minutes. Maybe we're running a little long this morning. Make sure you go to open page. So you go to op.xyz/claim, and then you're going to type in the number 1,000. One person there this morning is going to win 1,000 apes. So you're going to want to make sure you claim badge 1,000. I'm just marking off that we've done our Death.fun giveaways. I want to make sure we don't short our audience on any of this stuff because we did do this for the community. Cap, we have 2 Awaken subs to give away. We need to name who won that $500 courtesy of Polygon and Awaken. We need to pick an ENS winner. You want to pick an ENS winner right now, and then we'll go through. Just go through the comments. You can just randomly pick one. Just go yada 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 and grab an ENS winner.
Yeah, and as I do that, if to be in the running for the 2 Awaken Tax subs, drop a comment in the Spaces chat. Just let us know you need help with your crypto taxes. Maybe tag Awaken Tax. We'll pick one of those, or 2 of those will win an Awaken Tax sub. Go drop that. It's get free of charge. Or if you don't win and you were like a discounted sub, use code. I think it's just coffee for $50 off. If that doesn't work, let us know. We'll find you the correct code. But I'm pretty sure it's just code coffee for $50 off this sub. But 2 free subscriptions going out today in addition to the $500 in plasma. We've already drawn the $500 plasma winner from the badge collectors. But just comment, I need help with crypto taxes, tag Awaken Tax. And that's what we will, we'll go grab someone from there, 2 people from there to get that free Awaken Tax sub. So I'm looking now, I'm just scanning the
I can talk a little Awaken while you scan for ENS. So take your time, scan one, narrow it down to a few, pick a couple, and we can go there. But those 2 Awaken Tax subs, I can't tell you how valuable those can be. So again, comment, I need help with my crypto taxes, and tag Awaken Tax, or I need help with crypto, I need help with tax, something, and just make sure you tag Awaken Tax. We'll pick one that way. True story. My first year in crypto, I got advice on how to do my crypto taxes from another person in crypto. It was bad advice. And when I did my taxes that way, it wasn't that bad. Well, the next year I went to an actual tax attorney. They went back. I had to pay the tax attorney a bunch of money to go and backdate my taxes. And I ended up with a 5-figure tax bill because I did not do things properly for my 2021. I didn't understand it correctly. Awaken Tax is really valuable because not only do they help you track and do your crypto taxes, they help you realize what your capital gains are, what your income is from things like airdrops, and how you need to be accounting for those and saving for those to pay them accordingly. So, comment, I need help with my crypto taxes. That free sub is going to be super valuable for anybody who uses them. So let us know, and we will get 2 people crypto tax subs. Cap, do we get a winner on ENS?
We do. No ordinary JPEG.eth. Cody is watching, listening today while waiting for the birth of his son. Congratulations, major congrats. And yes, you do win bonus points for listening while waiting for the birth of your son. DM me your wallet. We've got 100 ApeCoin coming your way, courtesy of our sponsors over at ENS. Congratulations. More so congratulations on the upcoming birth. But maybe you go stake that ape on Solana or put it in Hyperliquid and come back and check it in 18 years for a graduation gift for your upcoming child here. Congrats.
Yeah, congratulations on that. We'll pick it, like I said, comment, I need help with my crypto taxes, and tag Awaken. I also want to give credit to our, we'll just announce real quick, and then we'll mention our grand prize winners. We know people are waiting to see who won all the ape from the contest. We'll do that at the very end of the show. Our winner of our $500 courtesy of Awaken Tax, Mr. Crypto Delphia, which, by the way, I love, because Crypto Delphia invited me to Ethos, good person. We shared on the show some of his comments he had actually about Abstract at one point when he was giving feedback. So I'll reach out to get your wallet address. But actually, I have your wallet address from that, because from Full Set Badge Collectors. We mentioned Full Set Badge Collectors are going to eat. We got $500 from Awaken Taxes, and so we said let's draw from that group to see who wins the $500 courtesy of Awaken Tax. So $500 courtesy Awaken Tax coming to Crypto Delphian, our guy Crypto Delphia. Appreciate him. Have shared his content on the show before, and just want to let you know you are the winner. Also appreciate you inviting me over to Ethos. So that is our winner from Awaken Tax. We will pick 2 winners for Awaken Tax. We'll pick our flow winners, as I mentioned. I'm going to go with flow winners. I'll just announce them right now. Mesh, Be Epic, and Pinstripe Gator. You all are going to win those keys and boxes. So DM me your wallet addresses, Mesh, Be Epic, Pinstripe Gator, that you're using for the Flow Rewards program. We got you for those keys and boxes on there as well. Couple items left to do, Cap, here. We need to get those Awaken Tax subs, so we'll do that shortly. Polygon, we have 10 merch items to give away. I'm going to do this. Again, Cap, I'm going to have you scouring the chat, because I know you get the notifications for the chat. It's a little easier on that one. For those who want to win a Polygon merch item, we got 10 to give away. Polygon is so much more than bridging to get money to Zed Run nowadays. I think people sometimes don't respect the purple chain as much as they should. I know I am a Polygon. I was the #1 Polygon influencer last month, per their Kaido leaderboard, not even doing it on purpose. For those who want a piece of Polygon merch, comment something you like about Polygon or something you use it on Polygon. So again, tag Polygon, you get bonus points. But we also are giving away $500 courtesy of Polygon. We'll get into that. That also went to a full set collector. I'll go ahead and announce that, by the way. Ape Whale, $500 courtesy of Polygon. Ape Whale, our guy Ape Whale. So we have your wallet address, but we'll let you know. We'll tag everybody who won everything in a summary post at some point as well. But our Polygon winner is Mr. Ape Whale as well. So Ape Whale, we appreciate you as much for being a full set collector and getting $500. But 10 merch items, whether it's Polymarket, whether it's Katana, whether it's Courtyard. I know we just drew Beezie, but another consumer application. Whether you're a part of the Billions community, make sure you comment below. Again, bonus points if you tag Polygon in it. A Polygon product that you are using, let us know. And we will get you one of those 10 merch items as well, and we will give you a delivery address for that. So we'll get those winners from the chat. Cap, I don't know if we want to pick Awaken and do our grand prize drawing and our drawing right now. If we want to do our open page drawing, I know we're running past on time.
The open page drawing. Also, it's hilarious. I'm laughing because I told Cody to DM me your address, and I will send you that ape. I don't need the address because you shared your ENS. So thank you for that, ENS, making things easy for us.
I know ENS making it easy, and I talked about I'll get Crypto Delphian and Ape Whales at wallet addresses. I have their wallet addresses because they were pulled from the full set winners, and they share that with that information with it. So appreciate those. But comment about Polygon, tag Polygon. I'm a big fan. Obviously, like you hear me talk about it all the time. I'm still on the Kaido leaderboard. I'm staking Polygon. I'm doing DeFi on Polygon. I'm using Katana. I'm using Billions. I think is a great platform as far as identifying real humans. I'm staking on there to earn towards airdrops. So big fan of it. I think we're gonna all go ahead and say Keto Buggy. We'll have to come back on this one. Keto Bugazi. We'll have to Bugsy, I should say. We'll have to get you, but we'll give away 10 merch items. So we'll get your addresses to send them there as well. Let's go to open page, and we'll draw first. We're gonna draw 1,000 ape winner right now from one of our people who has our badges. So I got to go to the Coffee with Captain homepage, and we'll share this to kind of show what it looks like. Coffee with Captain other page.
One just got in there. It'd be funny if the 227th one that just claimed that like seconds ago ends up being the winner.
Yeah, we're going to share here in a second. And then Yeah, if you, again, we mentioned this before. If you like giveaways like this, if you like what we're doing, when we ask, go spend, $20 worth of play on Death.fun, go sign up to Beezie through a ref link, go tag ENS and tell them how much you love the show. Like, do those things, because we can't do this without our sponsors and without our community really helping us and supporting our sponsors. Don't buy anything you can't, you can't afford, and don't feel pressured to. But make sure that works. And Odeka, yes, there was a snapshot yesterday. We have drawn our winners. This is a different drawing. So we are going to draw a first, second, and third place winner for our badge competition. We're going to draw a grand prize. I will say, open page community came out strong. But in the meantime, we will and by the way, while we're talking about open page, another guy, before we get into the, well, we'll talk it after. Someone won an open page pass, which we'll talk about in a minute. But we're going to do the drawing first, because we've hit the 10 o'clock hour, as we talked about. So right now, the way this is going to work, and this is a really cool concept, I can create a raffle right here on open page as the owner of this page. I'm going to create this raffle. We're going to have one winner. And we can exclude accounts that are likely to be bots or spam, which is a very nice feature. And it's going to be show 1000. So we're about to run a raffle. The name and person who comes up here is going to win 1000 ape, courtesy of our friends at OpenPage. I love the OpenPage format. I've said it a million times before we draw this. If you are not using OpenPage, if you've not signed up, if you've not created a profile, if you're a creator, you should be using OpenPage. So I'm going to run this raffle right now. Oh, I love that. I love that graphic. Running the raffle on OpenPage. Opportunist!
Hey!
Opportunist! So Opportunist, our guy Opportunist, we have your wallet address. We'll find you on there. Amazing. I think this maybe copies the wallet address. We're going to see. I'm going to make sure I can do that. It does. Opportunist, we're going to get you that 1000 ape courtesy of our friends at OpenPage. You cannot resume those, like they're letting us know, but yeah, it's very cool. I'm able to do that. So Opportunist, a real one, winning 1000 ape. If you're out there, doesn't even know us, but we love Opportunist as a friend. By the way, we did also, courtesy of OpenPage, and I got to get used to the OpenPage thing. I feel bad if I've been saying other page at times. It's one you gotta get used to, because you say something. It's like people say, progressive field will always be the Jake to them. Another winner this morning of the OpenPage pass, which they are minting, which is a good value, by the way. It's not cheap. It's something that I'm very more than happy to mint, but it's not like a small prize. Boo Botcher, somebody who is, again, a regular, reposted the space this morning. Boo Botcher, you're going to be winning a OpenPage pass, so we'll get you that. We have your wallet address, so we will let you know, but we pulled that in random. Again, if anybody wants the results of these, obviously, we pulled these all randomly in ChatGPT this morning, or not this morning, yesterday, and made sure it gave it very specific random instruction, recorded it for the sake of posterity to make sure people have that as well. The item's still for grabs. Cap, do you want to pick 2 Awaken subs so we do that, and then we will finish with our grand prize drawing and find our Polygon merch winners?
Let's do it. And for the Polygon merch winners, what did we say? Just how are we choosing those? Tag Polygon in the chat.
Tag Polygon in the chat and give us something that you're doing on Polygon. So we'll look for those. Maybe after the show we'll find those, just because there's 10 of them. But we need 2 Awaken sub winners. So did anybody tag Awaken sub and say that they need help with their taxes?
We did. We're gonna go. There's been, the chat is literally popping up, probably breaking records on comments today with the giveaways here. So I'm scrolling a little bit here. Oh boy, the Smoking Jay is going to get an Awaken Tax sub. Says hasn't filed taxes since 2023. You need Awaken Tax more than the rest of us.
More than anybody else in this chat. Okay.
I'm not sure if congratulations is the proper is proper here, but Smoking Jay is getting one of those Awaken Tax subscriptions. And you know what, Mel celebrated a birthday for her boy. Says I need help with taxes, gambled on shitcoins. I have so many tractions I have to follow. So Mel,
like her girl Mel, like Mel, yep. Like every day first in the chat. Mel, love that.
First in the chat, Mel and Smoking Jay are our 2 winners for the Awaken Tax subs.
Yeah,
congratulations. We'll get you connected with Duke over there and get you all set up. We just got to communicate that to them. So stay tuned on that, but we'll get that taken care of for sure.
Yeah, by the way, also, again, if you like these shows, another thing I'll say is like, this is really fun. I mean, it's fun. We talk about the news of the day, but we love doing giveaways. Again, we try to do these regularly. If you tune in regularly, if you're new here and you like, subscribe, kind of do all the things for the newsletter and everything else, like we do things like this regularly, just not necessarily all at once. Like this is sort of the, you know, when you're like, when somebody says like, oh, you like when a dad says like, oh, I caught a son smoking a cigarette. We're going to go outside and you're going to smoke a whole pack of cigarettes. We were like, you like giveaways? You're going to smoke a whole pack of giveaways behind the shed right now. And we're going to see how you feel about them. So we try to do this when we can. We do a Death.fun drawing every day. Beezie's been a sponsor before, and we do that. Obviously, the badge competition. So we're doing stuff like this regularly. So pop through. When we talk to our sponsors, we literally negotiate less money for ourselves. Dumb, maybe, but so that we can give more to you as the community, because we appreciate you for showing up every day. So we try to do stuff like this more regularly. So pull up when you can, and maybe we'll do it more often. Maybe we'll do it every 100 episodes. Maybe we'll do it every 500 episodes. But maybe we'll try to do things like this because it is really fun to help people win as well. And get people paid some cash. So appreciate everybody who did this morning. But Opportunist, I saw you jumped up. Glad you're in here listening this morning because appreciate you collecting badge 1,000. You won 1,000 ape. How's it going, GM?
GM, hey, that's awesome. Thank you. Love winning. That's fucking sweet. Sorry for swearing.
No, you're good.
Yeah, show 1,000. I've been listening to you guys for quite a long time. I've learned some pretty sweet shit. Or there I go with the swearing again. And I've made some pretty good trades because of you guys. So cheers to all of that. And thank you. This feels great.
Awesome. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for always being active. You're active in the chat. You're active in the DMs. You're active out there. One of those people who is just genuine about how you approach things. Like, and we appreciate that. And we appreciate those who are like, they're not just here, and it's fine if you're here to kind of win the rewards and things like that. And we've been picking some people. We're cool with that, man. We're like totally cool that you're out here and doing that stuff. But what we really love is that we have a regular community that shows up. And if you are in our regular community, you'll learn. We'll pick you to do Death.fun runs. We'll pick you to do Beezie claw pulls. We'll pick you to do things where there's opportunity. And, again, like the other day, Diego won $322 on Death.fun. Jambert won $900 on a claw pull. It's just, there's opportunity that exists in this space. And we'll continue to try and help out those who support us. Like, it's one of our things where it's like, we're big on supporting those who support us. So thank you to people like Opportunists. It's cool seeing you get the drawing. Like you could probably see if we watch the replay, my face light up when you were the winner. So without further ado, Cap, we are going to do our...
Everyone's been waiting 2 hours and 7 minutes for.
2 hours and 7 minutes. We're going to do our winners here. I'm going to do this in probably the jankiest way possible. I was trying to figure out how to do it in like a slideshow or a reveal type thing. Just didn't have the ability to do it. Should have probably filmed a video with the slideshow, but when you do the slideshow, it's a whole presentation mode. So I'm literally taking a slideshow I have with the winners in here, drawn yesterday via random drawing, help with ChatGPT. We gave very specific instructions on how to do it. People could not win twice. We followed all the rules that we have in our contests and rules and regulations, and we recorded everything just to be totally safe. So we appreciate it. A lot of listeners, a lot of those open page badge collectors are coming out. We're going to tell the OP team, like, you got a community out there, because a lot of the people we went to, they collect like 300, 400 badges. They are true collectors. Yes, this was a contest, but these people collect no matter what, which I appreciate. So they're out there on open page. So without further ado, our third place winner winning 1,000 ape, it's going to be Matoshi. Matoshi out there, one of the big badge collectors. Hopefully people can see that okay. I'll try to zoom in a little bit more, but it's a little grainy. Again, I mentioned this is going to be janky. We're just going to have to live with it and roll with it.
And as a reminder, the first, second, and third was you were in the running if you collected just a single badge. Grand prize, you had to have the full set. That's courtesy of Open Page, but the ApeCoin badge collecting challenge here was a single badge got you in the running. Actually, 2 of the 3 collected all 20. So salute to you. I don't want to bury the lead here, but 1 of the 3 did not collect all 20.
Yeah. Matoshi was a full set collector as well. So we got that data and information. So appreciate you and your support, Matoshi, throughout this. So you will be winning 1,000 ape. And the good news is, thanks to Open Page, we have your wallet address, so we can distribute it to you. Second place. Oh man, it pins it up here. Can Ass. So Can Ass, second place, collected 1 single badge and won second place, that 1,500 ape. So just goes to show participating participating matters. And oh, good for me. I'm going to have to do a screenshot action here because I accidentally grouped too many things together. So we are going to ungroup, and then we're going to group the correct things together, and we're going to regroup this sucker right here. I am not a fan of, I will say, not
someone
my,
gets so excited about PowerPoint presentations. This is my favorite Steve moment of all time, I think.
Yeah, I'm not as, this is like a, look, I mean, this morning, scrambling, busy day yesterday, son at a doctor's appointment, son at a soccer game. So we did our thing. The first place winner and person winning, and again, there will be a grand prize winner after that, but a 2,500 ape winner is Master Lotion DMT, which is a very interesting name. Master Lotion DMT 2000 ape coming your way, courtesy of our friends at ApeCo. So appreciate them. Last one, and this is it. This is the grand prize winner. One full set collector. If you want a clue, if you're listening out there, I followed you this morning. Appreciate you doing the full set collector. Jumping out there, the 3,000 full set collector winning 3,000 ape is SSDGen Works. SSDGen Works again. So there's your winners right there on this incredibly janky PowerPoint presentation. I apologize for that, but grand prize winner, full set collector, SSDS Gen, probably means DGen Works, 3008. We have your wallet just coming your way. Matoshi third place, Can Ass second place, Master Lotion DMT first place, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and 3,000 ape. Thousands of dollars in ape given away, on top of the fact that Opportunist just won another 1,000 ape live today on the show. Congrats to all the winners. Thank you for participating in the full set collection. We're going to try to do more stuff like this and reward our people. And as mentioned, those full set collectors don't go away. The beauty of the blockchain here is that we can go back and we can go back and backdate. We can find who has badge 1,000. We can find who has these full set collections. We can find opportunities to potentially go back and reward initial people who were here when we were doing this and supported us. So everybody who supported us, thank you this morning for doing so. It means the world to us. So Cap, before we get out of here, I just want to recap this. So we gave away today 3,000 ape to somebody who is a full set badge collector. 1,000, 1,500, and 2,500 ape respectively to 3 separate people in first, second, and third place. We gave away an open page pass. We gave away 1,000 ape to our guy Opportunist right now. Shows up, tunes in every day, trades and enters the trenches with us all day long. We did a live run of Death.fun with Teacher Katie. We did 3 claw pulls with Dort, Machiavelli, and Phonics. 2 of them kept the cards. 1 of them got the payout. We're giving away a PS5 in the next 24 hours to somebody who uses my Flow Ref link. So again, pin to the top, put in the chat, put everywhere else, use that Flow Ref link. The next 24 hours, do a little activity on Flow. We gave away 120K boxes and 120K keys, which actually gets people to a great start on that reward program. Mesh, Be Epic, Pinstripe, Gator, winning big there. Send me your wallet addresses where those go. We'll track those down. And by the way, if we, next couple of weeks, we get all this stuff paid out, we promise. We just got to work on that. Make sure we get everything. Polygon gave us $500 for Ape Whale. We're getting 10 merch items for Polygon to people in the chat. ENS is giving away 100 ape to No Ordinary JPEG, who is coming into us as he is waiting to give, his wife is waiting to give birth to a child. We gave away 2 Awaken tax subscriptions. Awaken tax.
Two very much needed Awaken tax subscriptions. At least one of them very much needed. I can't speak for Mel, but yes, it's great to give away thousands of dollars today. We might be keeping the Smoking Jay out of jail. Like that might be our biggest giveaway of the day.
I didn't know if you were going to go direction. I was going to be like, we might be keeping him out of jail. And then $500 to Crypto Delphian, courtesy of Awaken Tax.
Oh, this is cool. And Master Lotion is, per Machiavelli here, Master Lotion is Boys with Simple Farmer from Arbitrum. So love to see it.
I love to see that. We will, look, and like I said, of the people who won prizes in that, 3 out of 4 of them were full set collectors and 1 had a single badge, which is also funny to see on both ends. But it's also a perfect way to explain that you collect the full set, gives you an opportunity. It costs nothing to do so. You collect just 1 badge and listen to us. Hey, we said 1 badge can win. 1 badge did win. So just very, very, very cool to see how people are interacting and how people are in the space. So I think that's our giveaways. We'll pick our 10 Polygon merch winners after the show.
Might have a few more of the Polygon merch. I haven't added them up yet, but anyone who wants some Polygon, I don't even know what it is. Could be hoodies, could be hats, could be shirts. we've got 10 Polygon merch items to give away. Just drop those in the chat, and we'll after the show here, we'll go through and pick 10 winners and get you connected with the Polygon team. I'm sure they'll be shipping those out to you directly. I don't think we need to get addresses or anything.
Yeah, don't need address or anything. So we'll collect everything. Like we said, like give us some time. End of the week. We'll definitely get this all out. We'll work on collecting wallet addresses. We'll work with the other open page team. We'll work with all of our sponsors to make sure everything gets out there. Our tax, our tax software giveaways, things like that. But we do appreciate everybody. And look, love this comment. This is my favorite community in crypto. Being very new to the space, you guys have made an amazing experience. I look forward to the next 1,000 milestone. Great info here and community-driven mindset like no other. LFG CWC. Just appreciate all the comments in the chat. Just appreciate all the people who are out there. Our community genuinely congratulating the winners and being kind and helping out. Just means a lot to us, Cap. And I'll leave it, let you get kind of reflections, because you started this thing with a chip in a chair just a few years ago. Just basically 12 people in and out, full show. I was there. Drew Crit was co-hosting. I was up and just discussing the news of the day and what was going on. To think that just a way for you to keep up with the daily activities through consistency, hard work. I mean, my takeaway is a couple things. One, we have the best community in the world and we appreciate you. Like, it's awesome to do this every day. Two, there's a lot of discussions around crypto Twitter lately about, like the winners, the rich get richer. Like, how do I, do this? How do I break through? You just got to start and be consistent. If anything, I'd say our consistency has been really something that's been an advantage. We show up to work when other people don't want to, when spaces are down, when it's a holiday, when people are in a bad mood. We've both had family members pass away. We've had pets pass away. We've had all sorts of things happen, but we kind of show up the next day and show up to work, and the community helps cheer me up and you help cheer me up. So grateful for you, grateful for this community. And honestly, one of the best things that ever happened to me in my life. We're coming up on 4 years of being coworkers effectively of this thing, and couldn't do it without the community. And I don't know, like my message to people is hard work, consistency, being kind and caring about people. It can work for you and it can help you kind of get to the place you want to be. So Cap, any parting thoughts before we let everyone get out of here and on show 1000, man?
Got a lump in my throat. Wasn't expecting that this morning, but appreciate the kind words. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone being here. And it means more than you know. Like, we show up every day. We're grateful to be here. We love what we do. We love this space. It's really it's so much deeper than that. Yeah, screw you. You mentioned like we've lost some loved ones. Like I went through some shit in the last couple of years. I'm an optimist. I don't like sharing my problems with other people because they're my problems and no one else cares about them but me. But this show is like I feel weird on the weekends. Like, I feel weird from 8 to 10 when I'm not here, and it's you're all family. Like, I don't just say that tongue in cheek. Like, there's some people I've never met in person that mean more to me than any words would possibly describe. There's some people I've met a handful of times. Like, I'd count them on one hand the times we've interacted in person. And I consider you some of my dearest friends in this world. And to think showing up and hosting a spaces in December 2021 would change my life the way it has. It certainly wasn't on my bingo card, and I'm extremely grateful for it. I'm very appreciative of it, and I will close with this. It's one of my favorite quotes from a dear friend of mine who actually, speaking of losing loved ones, today would have been the 45th birthday of one of our our first college friend that passed away a few years ago. Had a brain aneurysm completely unexpectedly, and he sent me a text this morning, and you talk about reflecting, and life is short. We're all going to die. And I'm very grateful to be able to show up every day and do something I love that doesn't seem like work. And it's spending time with people I truly enjoy spending time with, speaking out things I'm passionate about. And that quote that, I think it's anonymous. I don't know who came up with it, but I know it from my friend who was very close to our other friend, Chad, who passed a few years ago. He says, it's RAF, RAF. remember where you came from, appreciate where you're at, focus on where you're going. And I think that's a good fitting quote to wrap up the show today and summarize where we're at. Because while we are certainly remember those early days of 12 people on here, very appreciative for show 1000 and being able to have such a great turnout today, all the support in the chat, on the show, the support from our sponsors and our partners that absolutely overwhelmed us. So again, one more shout out to them. If you've not yet given them some love, whether you're tagging Polygon in the chat for that merch, or you head up top and look at either my pin post or one from Steve that tags all those sponsors. We really appreciate all the love and support you give them as well, because that's, you're talking about flywheels. That's what keeps this thing going. And it really, like, we'd probably still be here regardless. It'd just be with less fun, less excitement, less prizes, and probably a few less viewers without all of you and keeping us going every day. And very grateful for those partners. Special shout out to the ApeChain team, the ApeCoin team, who really kicked this off with that badge collecting challenge. Other page, the infrastructure behind that, and not only the infrastructure, but then sweetening the pot with that $3,000 grand prize for the complete set collectors, adding another 1,000 ape for the show 1000 badge, like the pass, like just truly above and beyond. And it's not just, we're not just saying it just to talk when we're on the show. I think if you've been here for even a 10% of these shows, I think you probably realize that Steve and I speak with our heart on our sleeve. Sometimes we're very authentic. We share, sometimes to a fault, our true feelings. It's got us in trouble with brands in the past, but we're going to share what's on our minds. We're going to speak truthfully, and until someone starts cutting those 7 and 8 figure checks, we're going to continue to be authentic. I can be bought. There's a number, but thus far, it truly is just, we show up every day. We have genuine, organic, authentic conversations, not just between ourselves, but the one thing we maybe haven't given, I know we maybe gave Joey some credit there in passing, but the one thing, Steve, that I truly enjoy about the show and is worth recognizing and is all of our guest speakers, whether it's a guest co-host, whether it's someone like Joey who just popped up this morning, whether it's like opportunists who popped up to say thanks. Like, I think it's one of the most unique things about Coffee with Captain, not just in podcasts or live spaces or live shows, even in crypto, even in crypto Twitter, even in spaces, which are, we know is like kind of the home of CT. A lot of them are closed stages, or they're faux open stages where it's a gate kept space, and outside of shills or brand new accounts we have no connections with, we let up almost anyone that requests to come up, and oftentimes we don't agree. We pride ourselves on being able to disagree without being disagreeable, and that adds so much to the show to have different opinions at times in a space that none of us know everything. We don't know the answers. It is on the bleeding edge of tech and finance, and we're all here on the same journey. If you've been here, if this is your first show or it's your 1000th show, we're all still trying to figure this thing out. And I believe it's a 1 + 1 = 3 type situation where we're figuring things out a lot faster. We're learning a lot better. We're making mistakes in real time. Even you sharing your DeFi journey, like, that'll help some other people. You can talk about impermanent loss and what it means. When you show an example like that, and it's a real life example of your own 30% drawdown, I think it hits different, and people can understand it differently. And so we'll share our wins, we'll share our losses. Hopefully there's more wins than losses, but it's, I can't count the amount of times that we've been talking about a subject or a team or a project, and we don't have an in. And the next thing you know, the founder's on the stage with us because one of our listeners DM'd them and reached out and they had a connection. And the next thing you know, they're on we do a full scale interview with them the next week. The next thing you know, they're a sponsor of the show. So much of that has happened because of all you. And so, came back. Yeah, it's more than, it's more than the show. And thanks. That's all I got.
It is. It's the place where, I was on this show within days of my dad dying. I was on this show within, moments of many bad times in my life. I've had, and I think the thing I'll add on that, and I think you ended it really nicely there, is that it's hard to explain how fantastic it is to be able to wake up and do something I love for a couple hours every morning. And no matter what is going on in the world, no matter what is going on in my life, I can come on here and I can feel better after leaving this show. I can feel better about my life. And for that moment in time, it as a community, prior to the show, not even just COVID, I was falling into the like I'm a very social person. I didn't have a lot of really good friends outside of it. I didn't go out all the time and hang out with people. I didn't have the time. I had a family. I didn't have energy. I have a community here where I get human interaction from awesome people every single day. DMs, people say wonderful things about us. People have told us things like the way that we've helped them, the way that we've, they've seen our problems and understand they're not alone. We don't pretend to be the richest, best traders in the world in this world because we're not. We are honest about it. We don't pretend to be perfect humans because we're not. We don't pretend we don't have problems because we do. And, it may not get us all the way to the top, not being clickbaity and not being sort of salacious, but it's sort of just the authenticity that matters to us. And so, showing up here every day, I have gone very similar to you. I mean, I have gone from, maybe I see a couple of my friends that are around here every couple of months. And outside of that, I'm at my home, play some video games, loneliness epidemic, to feeling like I have more friends than I've ever had at any point in my life. Like you said, college, it's 10x college. It's everywhere in the world. I can go and you can go. We can go to a couch anywhere in the world and find a place to crash, right? Or a country anywhere in the world. So we just appreciate everybody who came through this morning, and really, truly do appreciate all the different people who come through regularly. And it means more than you understand to us. And it's just grateful to you. And like we said, grateful to our sponsors because it lets us show up. So if this helps you escape every day, means a ton to us that you show up and listen, casually listen, show up, come on stage. It's awesome. So I know we have one last speaker here.
I hope you all realize it helps us escape. Like we may talk about like markets and we're down, we took an L or something. What I'm not sure y'all understand is how it helps us escape the stuff that's going on in our lives at times as well. Because I'm not gonna come share stuff that is not impactful to all of you and doesn't affect you at all. And I can't tell you the amount of times where I wake up in a funk or something's got me down or something's entirely unrelated to crypto or Twitter or Web3, and it's near impossible to leave the show in that same mindset. It is. So my alpha for all of you is find something you're passionate about, create a habit around that, whether it's hosting a daily show or going to the gym or walking, and just show up every single day. Every single day, show up, find something you're passionate about, show up for that every single day. And you'll be amazed at what can happen over time. It doesn't happen immediately, but consistency is a superpower. And Steve said it, like, we're not the best traders on this app. We're not the biggest influencers or KOLs, but I would put up against anyone else in the space. And I can say this like with my chest because I know it to be true, is our consistency is unmatched. There's not another crypto space that's ran for not just 1,000 shows. There might be some of them that are close, but I know that for a fact, there's not one that's ran 1,000 consecutive weekdays. And we take a lot of pride in that. It's not just a bit. It's something that both Steve and myself are aligned on. And it's not just this show. It's how we live our lives. And if you take anything from us, just understand that how powerful consistency can be in the waterfall effect it can have in so many other areas of your life just by showing up. And that's it. Like, if you've ever, like, I don't drink. I've shared that story many times. It's like a lot of sober. They talk about just show up for your friends. Just be there. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to be perfect. Just show up. And I think that's what we've done as good, if not better than anyone on crypto Twitter, is we show up every day and we're authentic.
I once heard our guy Chris Williamson mention the comment of like, stop breaking promises to yourself. I want to say it's just like and I've talked about this with, when my wife and I are getting back into the gym, like we have this conversation, keep the promise to yourself and like, keep loyal to yourself and as much as anything. And yeah, I mean, Von Front brought up, but yeah, it's like like we show up when we're not getting paid. We show up when we care. Like, and I've been lucky to have supportive people around me. My wife, when the Moonbirds got acquired by Yuga, we did a 6-hour space on Saturday impromptu because we wanted to talk about it. The community wanted to talk about it, both communities. And we hosted it. We showed up. My wife looked at me and was like, all right, we got some stuff to do today, but it seems like you're going to be busy. So you do your thing and I'll take care of the rest. And Yeah, Cap and I have been through both some shit in various times that we don't talk about as much on the show in the past couple of years, past almost 4 years. But it's part of who we are and kind of showing up and keeping the promise to ourselves and keeping the promise to y'all. But I saw we had one more person come up and throw a hand up. So, we'll go ahead and throw it to the Alpha DJ. Alpha DJ, go ahead and pop in here and then we'll close out in a sec.
Yep, I won't turn this into my TED Talk nor my YouTube channel. I just want to say thank you guys for doing what you do. We want to thank your wives for allowing us to get into your brains each day for 1,000 days. Not only are you providing us a space to escape from reality, but you're providing us a space to escape to a reality. So hats off to you guys, man. 1,000 and much more. We can't say enough about it. I'm not a representative of the community, but I am in the community, and it makes me proud to be a part of the community that you guys serve, to come here and listen to you each day. Thank you, guys. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you all. Appreciate all the kind words. And Steve, I'll hand it back to you to take us home. But you mentioned Von Frunten. Two more of our talk about those friends. This was not part of the planned presentation this morning, so appreciate y'all bearing with me. Von Frunten says it's been fun watching the evolution from simple space to a full-on sponsored stream. To which Outer Lumen replies, "Yeah, totally." But Cap and Steve kept those same vibes over the year. I wish I could give you a hug right now, Outer. You too, Von Frunten. But that is probably the best compliment we could get. We are us, and the fact that y'all recognize that, and whether we're getting paid to do this or not, like, we're going to keep showing up, and we appreciate all of you supporting us throughout the journey. And here's to 1,000 more, 10,000 more.
Probably the best compliment we get is like people meet us and they're like, "You guys are exactly the same in person as you are on the show, as you are when you talk." And we're like, "Yep." It's just making sure that be somebody who makes everybody feel like somebody. It's just something that you a quote that I love, something I've noticed from people who matter in my life, and so just trying to be that guy. But no, appreciate everyone who came through this morning for show 1,000. So excited about all the giveaways we were able to do, and just watching the growth and how we've come to be. It's like I have to explain to human beings who are the parents of friends with my kids who are like, "What do you do?" They're like, "I'm an accountant at a local law firm," and I'm like, "I host a morning show where I make 69 and 420 jokes and have sponsorships," and so it's a cool opportunity. We're so lucky, and we just appreciate everybody. So that said, 10:30, we'll make sure we get all our winter stuff out in the next couple of weeks. Just be patient with us. We'll reach out for some stuff. We'll work with our sponsors. But thank you to all of our partners who helped us out on this. Thank you to all of our supporters. It just means the world to us. And I think sometimes we underestimate the impact and reach we can have on people. So thanks to all you for the kind words. We will talk to everybody bright and early tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time for show
1001. Go hit that carousel if you haven't yet. 1001. We keep it going tomorrow.
Yeah, show 1001 doesn't stop there. And here's the next 1,000 Cap. And man, we're coming up on 4 years of doing this. Like, that's it's like almost as long as it's maybe my second longest job.
I was just saying, you said that, it hit me that I think I need to go back and track it, because I've been in the same industry for longer, but I think my longest venture or longest time with any one employer, even if it was a business I owned, is probably not much more than 5 years. Like, we do this another year, we might be we're approaching the longest I've ever done any one singular brand. Like, it's kind of wild.
I mean, if you go based on job title, because I moved around a lot of progressive, like, this is the longest job I have ever had. I am 42 years old in my life. Longest job I've ever had. I guess longest adult job, because I think I was a caddy for 4 years. So we're coming up on that one, but in high school. But longest job I've ever had. So thanks, everybody. We'll do the next 1,000 right here with you. We'll be showing up every single day, and we appreciate everyone coming through. We'll talk to everybody bright and early tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody.
Thanks for tuning into Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin. We hope you enjoyed the show, and remember, nothing we discussed today is financial advice. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.
Welcome to the future.